Hey everybody, it's me, Trader Max. We're here with the Shogun Gun Show on January 16th, 2025. I cannot believe it's a quarter century since the millennial. I love this. You guys are all joining us right now here live on our new system here. And we are joined by so many great people. But remember that this is the Shogun Gun Show. Make sure that you share and like and throw the follows out everywhere you are. We are in so many spaces today, and we're going to have some great things to go over with. I'll tell you all about it here in just a minute. But as our guests, as our co-hosts, and everybody comes in and everybody gets lined up, we have Shillin, Chillin, and Alpha. We're going to come in and chill with some great coins today. I can't wait to tell you about all of them that are out there, and they're lining up everywhere. They're just coming in as everything is happening right now. But in the chill portion, we're going to have a chance to sit back and talk about a particular topic. And today is about AI and crypto. Some of you that are in the panel today know a lot about what we're talking about. And we're going to have some great conversations just about that. At the end, we're going to talk about Alpha. And what Alpha is stuff that's in your development team being worked on now. Not dreams and things that you want to happen, but things that are working right now. We got some great stuff to share. And I hope some of our panelists and some of our shillers have some time too. All right, let's get started. Let's have fun. And as always, let's play well. Let's get started. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Crypto Quinton, co-host today. How you doing, my man?
Doing fantastic. Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. I love being here. This is a fantastic place.
I don't think I got much of a choice having you anymore. I mean, you're just stuck here as co-host forever.
Yeah, I just wrangle my way in every single time. So
I'm just hoping one day you don't take me out when I'm not looking. Then you're host on it. So if he becomes host one day just out of accident,
don't look into the basement then.
Too funny. And also Amos, you're still here up here, right? Where you at?
Where'd he go? I don't see him in there right now.
Did he pop out? Oh, there he is.
Hey,
there he is. Welcome, buddy.
Sorry, I rugged a little bit there, but hey.
Welcome, Amos, another co-host, another part of our. We didn't get you admin. We got to get you admin rights into the network. But all right, so we're here today in the Shogun Gun Show here on the 16th of January, and what a great day it is. We are also joined. Let me see. I'm going to drop one person down. Retirement. I'm going to drop you down here just because there's since you're not going to be speaking. Remove from stage. There we go. But we're. This whole thing, we did 1,300 plus viewers consecutive last Tuesday. It was one hell of a show. I really enjoyed it. We're already at 85. We're just kicking ass and taking names, but we're joined by some great panelists today, and even a couple that are behind the scenes. No Hat, he's here as well. We're joined from another person from the Retirement Coin. We got Johnny. Welcome, Johnny, to the show.
Thanks so much for having me. Stoked to be here.
Yeah. I can't wait. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We also got Baby Dang from the CTO. How you doing, bud? I don't even know what to call you. Do I call you Baby Dang or what do I call you?
Yeah, I go by Baby Dang. That's great. Thanks for having me.
Cool. Welcome. You got a lot of stuff to contribute here too. We got a lot of stuff to go over. And of course, we got Ryan. How you doing, Ryan?
I am doing fantastic. Happy to be here. Looking forward to an amazing show.
Yeah, and you know what? For the portion of our AI segment, you got a lot to talk about AI because I know you're from Soul Bay AI, which is awesome. I want to learn everything about this this beautiful little project that you're doing as well. And of course, there is so many people that we are talking about AI in this industry, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I can't wait to hear your feedback from that as well.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it.
Okay, folks, how this is going to work out is that our panelists are going to be here through the entire duration of the show, and we'll be able to ask them questions. And if you have questions, make sure that all the panelists, make sure you've gotten your communities on board. They have the show on board. Like you can go to your Twitter and see your panel, your people there. Make sure that they're in there saying hi and doing everything else. Because if they say hi in your own Twitter, it'll show up here on the right-hand side on my screen, and I'll be able to see who's who and what's what, like that little comment right there from over at PD, the guy who was here before from retirement, as well as make sure that you go to our Twitter account too at shoguncryptos.com. You can see our Twitter account and have your community follow us, and we're all headed over to follow you. It's one giant link wheel to get the algorithm going. as well as show some love inside and support each other. Make sure that you like each other's comments in those areas as well. As far as your communities go, make sure that they hit the hearts. They can even reply directly in there. I won't see the replies to those in those communities, but we'll see the main chat that's here as well. We're looking to hit some pretty big numbers today. So make sure that your community share this stuff out there everywhere you possibly can. Hit your TGs up, have them rated, go to those. And listen, there are so many things that we have an opportunity to do here today. We got some great shillers down below as well. And speaking of which, during our shilling portion, the panelists, we'll be talking to some regular shillers here that are just going to come on. You got 3 or 4 minutes. I'm usually pretty liberal, but I'm going to be probably talking to you as you come on board. You'll get an opportunity to show your project. Remember, keep it positive, keep it forward, keep it light, but also have fun and keep the background noise down if you possibly can, because we want to hear your beautiful voice out there today. Then we're going to do 2 shillers, and then I'll bring on a panelist. The first panelist that we're going to bring up is Baby Dang, sorry, in that solution. And of course, then Ryan will come out, and then as last would be retirement. They're always so last because they got to be last. They're the retirement coin. Why not, right? But in between, we'll have 2 shillers come out and talk, and maybe even have another person come up and talk here at the end of the show. And then we're going to jump into the chill portion where, again, like I said, we're going to be talking about AI and crypto in today's show. And then at the very last part of the show, it should take about 2 hours to get through. We're going to be in for alpha. This is the stuff that we release that we are working on right now. That's the rule. You got to be working on it. It has to be on a dev server. It has to be in a test net or maybe even out in MVP. But it has to be something that's real, that's happening now. Because I don't want conception, because that's great for telling stories by the campfire. We really want stuff that's going to come out now so we can kind of front run your chart a little. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right, so let's get the show going. We're going to, let me see down below. I do apologize. We're just getting some people on. We're going to bring up Speed CTO AI. How you doing, Speed?
Hey, hi, Trader Max. Hi, everybody.
How you doing today?
We are good. I'm out in Asia, so it's very early in the morning.
Perfect. Are you ready to, are you on our Shill sheet?
I am ready to go.
Okay.
Okay, so first things first, thanks to the team at Shogun Crypto and Trader Max for giving us a voice. We really appreciate it. We are Speed. I am a team member, and our X handle is at Speed CTO. And we are an eight-month-old CTO. We are 100% community-driven effort, totally organic, no paid calls.
Speed, let me stop you just for 1 second here, right? There's a little private chat area on the right-hand side. Could you put, I know why you're talking, this is probably really rude of me to do, but I want to be able to show your stuff as well. If you could hit a little, do you have like the website? Because I'm not seeing you on our Shill sheet for today. I don't know.
Okay. So,
sorry about that, everybody. I just want to make sure that I have a chance to show and give you the best Shill possible because we're going to be sending a recording of this as well in that process. All right, great. All right. And hit it, BB.
Okay, so we are an 8-month-old CTO. We are 100% community-driven effort, totally organic, no paid calls, no paid marketeers, and no paid raiders. So the full team works for free, and team members contribute both money and, more importantly, time to support Speed's efforts. The origin of our meme is from a video of a cute dog released by its owner running real fast towards its food bowl and overcoming an obstacle on the way. And the inspiration for the meme comes from that moving dog. So what we did about 8 months ago when we launched was to pioneer the use of motion and sound in our memes. So Speedy Boy, as we call him, we have used him to feature on a host of quality videos. And what we've done is also to have added a sound, and you'll hear that as a neum, followed by some win emojis. And if you search that on X, it's identified with Speed. So he's featured in movies, he's traveled the world, run on beaches, played sport, and being the cheeky little bugger that he is. Our mission was very simple: bring joy, laughter, and positivity through our memes to the world. And we do that because for us, it's the pathway to creating human connection. And it's our way really of helping those feeling down and going through a bad time. So if you pop into our TG, you will experience this vibe. It's quite unique. And to be honest, that was what attracted me to Speed, and I've stayed ever since. And as they say, change is constant. And if you see in my name, it says Speed CTO AI. Sometime in November last year, we were trying to figure out how we could give our meme added texture and dimensionality. And we came across Eliza OS. And we loved the idea of using it as our AI agent to sort of like bring Speedy Boy alive and set him free. And we did that in December 14 last year. So now the boy thinks autonomously, he responds to tweets independently, and he continues to learn with every interaction in fulfilling his mission. So the coding for this is all done in-house, and for us, we will add features and release them when the market timing is right. So I think we are the first OG CTO animal meme to incorporate AI, and it's been great for us from a meme perspective because we have many more tools to play with for engagement. Awesome. And perhaps great from a narrative perspective because we are now an animal meme crossed with an AI agent. Our all-time high, 25 million, and we've had a couple of pumps to 7 million, and we are now sitting at a very big retracement down to 400,000. And to be honest, we've survived 3 big retracements. But the beauty about that is that the core community has grown each time. And we're roughly at 4,400 holders, 5,007 Telegram TG members.
Wow.
And the community remains active, alive, and has shown its strength and resilience through the blood. And the team continues to work and sort of drive our meme evolution. So for us, every dog has his day. This one never stops running, and we never give up, and we never give in.
Nice job, buddy. Nice. I'm loving it. I in today's theme as well about AI later on, we might have you come back up here and point. We would also love to have you as a panelist at some time in one of our future shows coming on. Please do. You got some great socials, got some great networking. We love it. I didn't see you in the sheet because I don't think it got it on, but you know what? That's what happens here. This is a show that's live at the moment. So I appreciate you being here today. Great show, by the way. Perfectly done. And I want everybody to kind of look like the process here of Speed, what I'm seeing, like even in the chart, some technical analysis is retracements or retracements. The chart's going to be what the chart is, but when you have a focus-driven community that's about the holders, that's about the people, of course, the human element's going to come up and down. I mean, look at crypto, what's happening with crypto right now, the up and down. We're in a bull bear market, right? And everybody's like, wait a minute, that can't be it. It's an oxymoron. Nope. It's the way that the generation is right now. Like it could be bull today and bear tomorrow, but as we say, when you know how to swim, it doesn't matter which way the river bends. But dude, thank you so much for being here. Great shill. And that's how it's done, my friend.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That was, let me get you in here. Why is that doing? Oh, it's over there. All right. So Speed CTO, actually pretty damn awesome. I'm really glad they had a chance to come out and talk with us today. Mr. Quinton, do you have an idea who's up next? If you're looking at the sheet and all that stuff. I have too many things happening on my screen at the moment.
Yes, give me 1 second to organize that. I'm going to see who's in here. So here's the thing. Do we want to get panelists out and talking first, or would we want to go through Shillers?
So it's two Shillers and then a panelist.
Gotcha. Yeah. Fantastic. So then what we're going to do, I believe I saw them in here earlier, Solana MOT.
Yep, there he is right there. Bank. What's up, MOT? How you doing?
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. How you doing?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey. Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. I had some technical problem earlier. That's why I'm a bit late. So yeah, I'm Kay. I'm from Beam of Thrones, Solana MOT. And how are you guys?
We're doing great. I mean, we're really glad you filled out the form. You got on board. It's actually really amazing. I'm really digging what I'm seeing so far in your site and your systems. I can't wait to hear what you got to say about what we're doing here. It's awesome.
Okay, here we go. So yeah, this is Kay. I'm one of the core team members of MOT, Game of Thrones. We are a cartoon series, a parody of Game of Thrones. If you don't know Game of Thrones, it's one of the most famous, controversial TV show where, you know, majority of the fans were not happy with the ending, especially in the season 8. So we're kind of capitalizing on this. Yeah, hence we are a parody, and the community is involved in this one because when our episode, the MOT episode, ends with a cliffhanger, like for example, if you want to kill a character or not, yeah, kill, because Game of Thrones is famous
Murder.
on killing, yeah, characters. So the community members burn MOT tokens to decide what happens to the story or to the character or to the storyline. And the cool thing is that the meme projects, or like for example a Pop Dog, if you know Pop Dog, he's one of our characters, and MSI. So different meme projects, they are stars of the show, or they are the center of the MOT, because the heart of MOT is cross collaboration between projects as well. And yeah, we have been grinding for more than 5 months already, and our mission is to onboard normies by targeting the fans of Game of Thrones. And yeah, so we
Did I
invite everybody with sound.
I may have just distracted you. I apologize. You're probably
Yeah,
not
I've
used to
been
seeing-
watching.
You're not used
I've
to
been
being
watching your
like,
screen.
the stuff is on there. Like I'm going to show everything you got. Have pride in it, because this is amazing. I love the parody network value here. This gives us so much hope here. I love that you have a YouTube channel and everything is here is awesome. But you're doing great. Keep going.
Yeah. So yeah, I invite everybody, you know, to visit our website with sounds on. It's very important. It's like part of your onboarding journey to MOT or Meme of Thrones, and then head over to our website, to our video gallery, because that's where all the episodes. We are now at season 2, episode 4. Yeah, we just released our season 2, episode 4 yesterday. And don't worry, they're not very long. They're just like 30 seconds to 1 to 2 minutes video.
I love it.
1 minute video takes us 1 week, minimum 1 week to produce, because they are hand drawn. So it's not some quick whip by some AI tools. So it's very tedious process. And yeah, we have some NFT launching soon as well.
Cool. A little bit of alpha.
Like,
Nice.
yeah, that's the alpha. Like owning an NFT, it's like owning part of the MOT series. Like, you know, the jokes, the important scenes, the favorite scenes, that will be the part of the MOT. So yeah, if you have any questions, I'm here. And by the way, the team, they are fully doxed. Like for example, for me, my professional LinkedIn is also in there. So if
Okay, cool.
for
Completely doxed.
yeah.
Nice work. Well, I love the site.
Thank
Love
you.
the fact that you have a series behind it. Most parodies are just there to make fun and do the meme thing, and then it's out
Yeah.
the door. But you're putting real work into this, and this is amazing. I love it. You know, sitting at 111 right now on the market cap, still powerful. Great barrier of entry for those that want to partake and be a part of a network. Great Twitter. Got 3,900 followers. Absolutely awesome. This qualifies you to come back as a panelist anytime that you want,
Oh,
which is really, really super happy for us, because we'll be able to play maybe a couple of your shows of some of your episodes right here online with sound and everything right here, which will be absolutely awesome. And I really do appreciate you being here today. I really am liking the parody. I fell in love with Game of Thrones as well, you know, a little creepy. Like from the first season when, you know, the dude got his head chopped off, who was the main character. It's like, that's not going to last very long. And it's like, nope, it did. It just became something. And also, I'm glad you got on camera too. You're not afraid to be in front and show your pretty face and everybody's face out there. So awesome.
thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, as far as questions, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff in this parody that's going to go on. because this is going to live in almost like a cult kind of following that's there as well, you know, as you revisit shows out there. And but having this can extend the value. You know, are you planning to extend, you know, where the season really ended and like have alternate endings and all that kind of good stuff?
We're actually kind of thinking already that this is a multi-cycle project, because you know Game of Thrones, the franchise is getting bigger and bigger. Like there's a movie coming up, like it's already in the works. I mean, there's still no final director and stuff, but it's already in there. There's a game coming out, the House of the Dragons, and then there's this another series as well under the hood of Game of Thrones. So a lot of things are coming up, and if you watch all our episodes, you will see that we're not just, you know, touching on Game of Thrones. We have some touch of other shows as well, or movies. So yeah, you gotta watch. I'm not gonna spoil, so it's gonna be like a surprise for you. And
no spoilers. No spoilers. There you go.
No. Like for example, the one that you made an example earlier in season 1, where what happened to Ned Stark. We have a recreation of that as well. So yeah, you gotta watch it.
We'll have to check it out. I can't wait. But I want to listen. The shilling side of this is just a quick in out. You know, say hi, show us what you got. But I really do appreciate you being here. I really do. I want you back as a panelist. You seem like so much fun. I can't wait to have you as a panelist and be on the board. So make sure you fill out the form on site, shoguncryptos.com, and fill out that panelist section for one of our next shows. We'd love to have you. And come out and we can expose the process. But all right, as a quick update, Shogun Gun Show, you're watching. That's where you're at right now. I sound like Yoda watching the show you are today. We're here. It's 1:24 on the 16th of January, 2025, in case you need to know what day and time it is. But we have just hit 380 people consecutively watching. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to show you this because this is really important, that it's almost like a little mini contest. We do have people within the panel that are sharing their system, right? So sharing their system on their Twitter. So in the lead so far, you know, and I got to say, because we kind of made the thing here, Shogun Cryptos is leading with 190 consecutive viewers. The next one up is Soul Pay on Soul, kind of taking it in with 90 that's on board. Great work, guys. We got Retirement CTO at 80 and No Hat Solana, who's just kind of came on to help out and get some extension, which is awesome. They got 23, and poor old Mr. Trader Max's personal one only has 14, and Trader Max's YouTube channel, which needs some help, is sitting at 3. I think it's the same 3 people from the last show, which has been amazing. All right, Mott, thank you so much. I'm going to drop you down. We're going to get started into the next series of shilling, which is going to come from one of our beautiful panelists. But thank you again, Mott, for being here. We'll see you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. That's how it's done, folks. Make sure that you give them some love. If you see them in the chat and you see any other people in the chat, please make sure you give some love, and we'll make sure that they come back soon. So first up in the show, I think, who did we say was coming up first? I'm sorry. I really can't remember. Who was coming up first? Was it Baby Dang? Or was it? Yeah, I think it was Baby Dang, right?
Yes. I believe so.
Yes, let's go with that. That sounds really good. Now, here, Baby Dang, you have 2 things that you can do, right? I can show your stuff, or you can show it if you have on your screen. Which one do you want? You want me to show it, or you want to show it?
Yeah, you can show it.
Okay. All right, everybody. So up next, we got Baby Dang. I'm going to go grab your stuff here real quick. Let's grab that. Drag that over. I probably should have had this ready for you. We're still working all that stuff out. So I do appreciate everybody being patient as we do this. I'm going to share the screen right now. So what's going to happen is we're going to be talking about Baby Dang here and talking about in the panelist shill position. All right, let's get started. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, like I said, thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be on the Shogun Gun Show. Really cool. It's an absolute pleasure, man. It's good to be here and speak to the audience and, give them a little update on what's little Baby Dang's got going on.
Awesome.
So, yeah, you're looking at the web here. We got some of our memes on there. We have a playable game. If you click that right there underneath, right there, which is really fun. It's continuously being updated. You can kind of check out the leaderboard and all that. We're going to be going live soon on the Google Play App Store. That is our first thing
Cool.
that we got going on. Which, you know, it's just a family friendly kind of thing. We are the OG Baby Dang, Baby Moo Dang ticker and token. We are over 4 months old, and we've just been continuously building and making something fun. You know, we want something for the family, and I think it's pretty interesting that, you know, Moo Dang, the viral hippo, it is a baby, and that is what is most loved about it. So, you know, you could call us a beta to Moo Dang, but I think that is an interesting thing that we have got going for us. So, yeah, check out the game. You can sign up. There's a leaderboard. And I don't know what our web dev has got going on there right now between, you know, you got PvP and you got team play as well. So,
Right.
yeah, we have all of our stuff there, and pretty simple
Loving
for our website. Yeah.
Sitting at 152 on the market cap. Absolutely awesome. Strong community, strong website. Loving the Twitter network you got going on. Really great work. Tell us a little bit about so you've been out for about 3 months. And
yeah,
and
about
how did
4,
Movie Day get
well,
started?
almost. What was your question?
How did it get started? I mean, I know it's a CTO, right?
Yeah, so it got started. I originally seen it on like the DIDID trending, and it popped up, and I seen Baby Moo Dang, OG Baby Dang, and I said, "There's no way it hasn't been done yet." I couldn't believe it that I could get in early, and
Right.
so there was a developer at the beginning. I tried working with him. He ended up just rugging us and stealing our two soul out of our marketing wallet, of course.
Oh, wow.
But when I called it originally, I said, worst case scenario, if the dev dumps, I'll run the CTO, because I've seen the vision, I've seen how, you know, the potential in it, right? And so I took over the CTO. You know, you update decks, and you know, started the community, and it was something just like this that really got us a big start off. I mean, you see, we went from around 30 to 50K. We blasted to around 5 mil, and then we had a wick to like 6.6 million or something like that. We had a lot of original KOLs on board and things like that, and just a lot of drama with them. And, you know, we didn't give them any supply because I don't really like doing that. They all bought their own.
It's a quick road to hell. I mean, it's a race to the bottom. From as soon as you give a KOL money and they bleed it into the chart to say, look what we called, and then they take it all out on the big
yeah. And there was like 5 of them. The thing was I went up just on a space like this and talked about Baby Dang and shared the vision, and, you know, they did love it, and they all got together and pumped it. But you know how it goes. I mean, they bought it themselves, so it wasn't given freely. At least that is a plus. But you know, we've just been working hard. The community is not giving up. Absolutely, they're staying strong and continuously pushing forward. And unfortunately, for the last about 4 or 5 days now, we haven't had access to our X account because my phone had broke, and it's in the shop right now, currently getting fixed, or if I have to get a replacement. And I guess I should have wrote the credentials were in my notes, unfortunately. So,
that's the weirdest part. I mean, I wish you were, because you'd be a force to be reckoned with up there right now. With some of the things that you got going on your Twitter account. So, and this is all about exposure in that process. So I do want to have you come back and be able to do this. But what I wanted to point out too is, like, you know, as a CTO, what we call a working channel, like I'm a technical advisor and analyst for TradingView and a few other companies throughout my lifetime, 20 years in trading Forex. You know, I can spot what work looks like, and this is work, right? And you know, 150,000 to a standard op of 1.43. That's a huge gap of work, right? If we really push it out, we could probably be right about here, because we got some lows and highs from this that bounces off that floor of 700. This is a 550,000 market cap and difference in this channel, which is huge, by the way. This tells you work. Yes, crypto is all up and down, but you can tell work on coins that when they get these really hard working channels. So my hat's off to you, buddy. Great job, Baby Dang.
Thank you, man. Yeah, lots and lots of tireless nights put on Baby Dang. Absolutely. And we're not giving up over here. So we're just going to continue to build. And we also have an animation series that is live. It's on YouTube. I think I included that link in the link tree, but we're working on our next episode as well. And something really cool as well. We do have a partnership with Liam Harrison. We are doing things that are very kind of unique to us, and also that Moo Dang hasn't really done. And so he is an 8-time world champion for Muay Thai fighting. And He is, I believe his next fight is in the next month or so, and he's going to wear some of our merchandise.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That'd
absolutely.
be awesome. All right. So in the alpha position, when we get over to alpha because you're a panelist, I want to save off any really good juicy bits for that time. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here today as one of the panelists and being a part of the crew here. We're going to get jumping down into the next part here, and we're going to get back into getting some of our friends on. Mr. Quinton, who's next in the Shill spot?
Hello. So let me see. I gotta look through. I'm seeing Ninja Cat inside of here for next. You humor me.
Let's bring up Ninja Cat. Ninja Cat, how you doing? You here with us?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I sure can. How are you?
I can't complain at all. I mean, look at the market. How can we complain? Things are looking good. This is an amazing. I've never done a show like this, and I'm loving the layout. And this is really cool. I love it.
Awesome. I'm going to share some of your stuff up on the screen. Welcome to the show. You're right. The market is begging to, have the bullishness that it is what it is right now, and it's awesome. And what a day to be bullish on this show as well. So thank you for being here today, Ninja Cat. Filling out the form. We're going through some priority, making sure we get everybody up who's filled out the forms first to be here. And I know there's a lot of people down below. I do appreciate a lot of you hanging out. Please be patient. We will get to you. And after a couple shills, we'll come out and say hello to some of you as well. But smack it in, buddy. What do you got for us today?
All right. So I am Bubba Gump. I am with Ninja Cat, and we are a CTO. We took over mid-September. It's a kind of a funny story how we got to where we are. It kind of started with three main characters, me, a guy named Milton out in the space, and a guy named Mark out in the space. We've worked together for quite a while. We started on an ETH project years ago, and we all kind of just stuck together. So we came across this from somebody else that was CTOing this, and they ended up rugging us, and we looked at it, and there was some cool things about it. One of the big things that caught our attention is there's only 1 million tokens in the supply. So It made for simple numbers. If you have, one token at $1 million market cap is $1. So you can do the math real easy. If you're holding 10,000 or 20,000 at 1 million, you're at $20,000. So that was kind of interesting. And Milton actually, through the years of being in this space, has built quite a network. And one of those guys in that network as I can't say the name yet. It'll come out, but it's a pretty big name in the space, very respected name. And he presented this project and said, "Hey, here's what we got. What do you think?" And he loved it too. So he was basically saying, "Listen, I'm going to mentor you guys. We'll get this thing moving." So we took it over. We brought Mark in kind of deeper at that point. Mark handles a lot of our behind the scenes stuff. So the website you were just looking at, he's created a more interactive website where you have the tickers going across the top, and you have updates, and you have scrolling down, you have news and everything and crypto. So I liked what he did, and it took a while to build that out. And that's been our thing. We're not rushing to do something big real quick. We know this is going to be something we're going to stay with for a while. So we started utilizing our network and started really branching out. We have a in-house market maker, so we're doing our own market making. That's actually on Mark's side with his team. It's paid for, it's funded, phase 1 and phase 2. So we'll obviously release phase 1 here shortly. And once that goes and gets us to the next level, phase 2 then goes out, and that's when the fireworks really start to happen. So, normal stuff as far as CTOs. You deal with the new CTO thing. We did an AMA right off the rip just to let people know, hey, we took it over. This is what we're doing. And some people front ran the information they got about the mentor and all this, and they really started pumping. And we had a all-time high 2.1 million at that point from literally, I think, like 17K market cap. And they full clipped at the top and bounced out. And, we just continued on what we were doing. We didn't even really pay mind to it. So at this point now, we are just getting ready to ramp up with marketing and really starting to get out there. We've just taken our time with it. Anyone that runs a project can understand how fast you can lose money if you do things too fast, and you're talking a lot of money to do things right. And it's something we want to take our time and just lay out and do correctly. So we've been out building and just talking with people, networking and doing our thing. But, we're here, man. I have met so many cool people. I love it. I love what I'm doing, but I'm finally at a place where I can call home, and that's the Ninja Cat.
That's perfect. Well, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your story with us and what you're doing. Again, another hardworking coin being in here. Lower market caps at that 150 to easy 250, almost doubled in range there. Is another working coin in there making their stuff. Slow work, slow burn. This is very important. As investing goes, folks, diversifying your portfolio with slow movers and fast movers, right? There's this big yin yang. You got to find the mid-tone in there, right? You get the slow little market caps, you get the highs, and then you find the working communities. The fundamental analysis is to go in and look at the Twitter, look at the Telegram, and see, who's working and doing what. See, this isn't about just exposure for coins. This is about giving a awareness to the coins and at their level of working. You can see it here. The problem with most spaces that are out there is that you can't see the work that's being done behind the scenes unless you physically go there. And then that takes you, then you're off the site and all that stuff. Here, you can see it right here in the show. And as which, thank you so much again, Ninja, for being here today. We do appreciate you. Make sure that you hang out if you can. I might be dropping some people off and asking you to remove once you're finished shilling. You can go watch and listen to the stream on your favorite device of either our Shogun cryptos if you don't have your own yet hooked up to it. But if you've come out and shilled already. But thanks again, Ninja, for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Hey, no worries. All right. So also make sure that, most of you that are here, that we have to have these periodic little ahas moments, right? So listen, 635 people. I'm going to do another screen capture here so you can see how beautiful this is. This is live. This is right in front of your face. There's 636 people. I don't know how many spaces you've been in on that have this kind of number and impact, but this is consecutive users. These are real people. Like our people over that are here as panelists. We have Solbay, we have No Hat Solana, we have Retirement Coin. They're all pumping this thing out through their own Twitters. Only three. There's only three. Okay. And we have 1,000 on our Twitter, and we're getting 352 people watching the show right now on ours. We're in the lead. There's a neck-to-neck race. Look at this race that's happening. It's 118, 115 on that screen that you see. In my screen, it says 118 to 121. They're neck to neck. They're battling. They're in there just trying to make it work, which is fucking amazing. You guys are just kicking ass in there, and I really do appreciate the hard work. We got No Hat in here doing his thing. He's laid back. He didn't even need to be here today. He just said, you know what, I'm going to show up. I'm going to support Shogun. So hats off, pun intended, to No Hat for being here today. Thank you so much. You rock. I'm not even going to talk about Trader Max's YouTube channel. I mean, 19 on my X, my personal X, but, it is what it is. And, I'm not that popular there. But listen, this show is all about keeping things moving, keeping things having fun. We just heard from Ninja Cat, and we have one more shill coming from the gallery. Mr. Quinton, I should have gave you plenty of time to know who's who and what's what.
Yes, sir. I am very, very prepared this time.
Good.
We have Doug, as in Doug the Duck, pulled him up from the backstage. How you doing, sir?
Oh, I just added him to it. Sorry about that. Doug.
No worries. Can you hear me?
We can, buddy.
Hello, guys. First of all, I'm pleased to be here. I have to be honest. So far, great projects. Like a lot of the ideas of the people behind. I had a very long day at work, and I'm afraid I had the last minute yesterday arrangement for this, show. So I'm very happy to be here. I don't have much prepared, but we have honestly, we've been out, let's say, for about 7 months now. We have the original team behind. So from the beginning, we have the team funding, let's say, the project, and on top of it, the original digital artist. Is a project that in the beginning we focus on of course, content through a comic book that was released firstly we were focused a lot on the comic book, and it was firstly every week. Now we spread it a bit more every 2 weeks, followed by a video on YouTube. And YouTube right now is our biggest platform. We started to focus on many different fields of the crypto world. So not only on the meme idea of, the fill your content and that is it. We started a lot of side projects related to Doug. For example, of course, there is a merchandiser website. We have on the YouTube channel, we have an amazing podcast that started. I will start to take over from now on. So I will start to be the main speaker of Doug the Duck, and I'm happy, pleased of this.
Ooh.
But we do, with this podcast, I started mostly focused on, let's say, meme token, people involved in meme token. But the YouTube channel, it started to grow from there. And now we are above 55,000 followers on YouTube. And our numbers are honestly outstanding. I was the third person, and I've been into Doug the Duck since before launch. I'm now part of the team, but I started as community member. And that is the beauty of this, that every day the team since the beginning is almost every day on VC, on Telegram. So if you go in around the 10 p.m. 10 p.m. UTC, you will find the original dev on VC, so you can ask questions, you can have ideas.
Cool.
Of course, it's a project that, as previously said from others, we don't like pump and dumps. We don't like, KOLs. We don't like to give out supply. So unfortunately, we had, of course, in the last month or so, we had a retracement that we didn't experience before. But from this, that is the main focus. The team, first of all, never stopped working behind. And if you want to show the chart as well, if you don't go on the screener, is that, of course, I'm a trader. I love trading. And, if you look, if we've been out for 7 months, so, all-time high is around 6 million. Now we're about 560, 600K. We hold the floor of 1 million for a very long time. And unfortunately, over the last month or so, we lost some old investors, but that is the thing, that Doug the Duck is a project that goes above, the I want to make money quickly. I believe in a project that, as I said from another project before, we want to be multi-cycle. We want to build a brand. We want to build something that in the next cycle, in the next bear market, we won't be at 5K. We will be something bigger. In fact, over the Christmas period, during this retracement, the team personally has been outstanding. I took a little bit of time off, for example, personally during Christmas. Team every day, always working, making new connection. I'm gonna drop only one alpha because we do have a lot of things lined up that the team has been honestly working his ass. Sorry if I say that, ass off. Of course, the volumes are not coming in because it's a 7-month-old project. So right now we need bullish news, and we do have the main one that I have very soon. We're gonna have the main decent first centralized exchange listing that has been pushed of course for very long, but because we were struggling market cap wise, we didn't want to rush it. But now we realize that the community, that is the point. We listened to the community, and the community said, guys, we need to do something. So we set up a community wallet. We raised after a few weeks, we were almost at 4K. Now we were around 6K. Part of the money now has been already settled for these centralized exchanges. We're just waiting for, let's say, to actually see the alt season starting, because a lot of memes right now, like Ponky as well, so not related to artificial intelligence, are struggling a lot. So you see a lot of animals that are not, playing as 6 months ago. So the meta is focused on Elon Musk, Trump, and of course, artificial intelligence. And related to artificial intelligence as well, we do have some things that the team has been working behind the scene that we haven't declared exactly yet to the community either, because we want to keep the bullish momentum build up once volumes start to come in. Because to do a reversal from this point, if you trade, is not easy. But we're talking about meme tokens, as is enough. A TikTok that start to get viral is enough. The right space with the right people is enough. Maybe the right show, or is enough as well. The right community, because we have the real community now. That I think if you go on X, there are definitely some, Doug the Duck profile picture. They start to post some stuff, because that's how we are. We don't look at what the 10x that we are missing, 1000x, because we are looking at a multi-cycle kind of brand that we want to build, and it goes above the pump and dump.
Absolutely. Well, just the fact that, because the holiday season, right? This back work channel that you have here, back in November, this whole, no nut November kind of mentality, like it was just this is a huge work channel. This is 1 million to 1.5, 50,000, 500,000 right in this area. The holidays is going to do whatever it is, right? But back that you consolidate it back down to this lower channel, this doesn't mean that anything bad has happened other than just you've reconstituted the workmanship after the holiday season. So if I was looking at this as a trader, because you said you like to trade, I love trading. I love looking at the coins in the network. And if I was back in just full-time trading, because I don't have enough time with everything that we do to trade anymore, I mostly just teach. I would invest into this because knowing from the fundamental and going to the crew and finding out what's going on, that this is a coin that's about to get to that point of some good, steady, strong growth. You can kind of feel that, especially if we get some good stuff that happens over the next day, as with everything that's happened with crypto now. But Doug, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, and I hope that we'll be back again, guys. Thank you very much.
I would love to have you back as a panelist, because one thing that we can do, I didn't know if you knew this or not, but we can actually stream this show through your YouTube channel as well.
We use StreamYard for our podcast. In fact, when I want to do a big shout out to Shane Birkett, which he pushed very much because he liked the project a lot. So last night I was literally about to go to sleep. He joined the VC and I was sold. I'm like, yeah, mate, I today I've done a 10-hour shift, but I'm back in. Now I'm perfect. I will be the main speaker. And guys, big shout out to him and great job in here as well.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. And yeah, Shane's top aces with us. He's one of our top people here as well. So, all right. Thank you so much, Doug. We do appreciate you so much. And I'm going to drop you back down. All right. So as an update, this is getting kind of creepy now. Sitting at 770 people watching the stream right now. Consecutive watchers through all 5 streams, all 6 streams that are here. Still big race. I'm going to take another screenshot just real quick. We're going to throw it dropped. Sorry. Hang on a second. I didn't get a chance to get it. There it is. Let me try to do it one more. Oh, it did it again. Boom. And then wait. Thank you very much. And there you go. And now it's there. There it is. So we got some numbers, man. Retirement CTO and Solvay on Sol 153, 152, back and forth. I think retirement was ahead for just a couple of minutes. We're still kicking ass with 402 from our main account. Poor Trader Max. So No Hat Solana, thank you so much for being here. You kicking in your numbers, doing the best you can. Thank you just for being in the bottom there. We're going to bring him up here in a few minutes as well. But I know somebody's been down below for a little bit. ITO Kaji Quinton, we have him, right? But I want him to come up here in a moment. As soon as we do Ryan coming out from our panelists, I want ITO Kaji. I think that's what it says, right? ITO Kaji. I'm probably saying that. You give me a thumbs up in the video there if you see. Oh, great. Thanks, my man. I appreciate it. He's on video down below. I want to make sure he's has a chance to come out. Is he on our sheet?
Yes, sir. So he is in here representing Qubit.
Qubit. All right, there you go. That's perfect. All right, so he's going to be up next right after Ryan's going to come out. And Ryan, I was trying to give you a little heads up to be able to come out. And do you want me to share your stuff, or do you want to share it from your screen?
Yeah, go ahead, and I'll just talk a little bit about Solvay. But first, I just wanted to give a shout out to you and the whole Shogun crew for putting these amazing spaces together and live streams. And I just love listening and hearing communities, not just ours, but all these communities talking about what they're doing, what they're building, what they're creating. I think that's how we all win in Web3 and crypto, finding that great, amazing network and building these communities. Love it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the love.
Oh, yeah.
Holy El Jefe. Jesus Christ. Look at that thing. I'm not looking at it.
We've got Solvay AI. So Solvay really came out of our team's desire to build something positive that let's just say 3 things: education, entertainment, and building a community. So obviously we all know AI is a huge narrative, a huge meta in this particular cycle, and it's going to just continue to grow. So we felt like, why not help bridge the gap between education with crypto? There's so many people who are coming into crypto for the first time. I've been in for years, but I've seen so many, and the team, we've had so many experiences, friends, personal experiences, people getting rugged, people getting drained with their wallets, not knowing who to turn to for crypto 101 education. So first and foremost, we designed Solbay to provide that education. A great example would be, you need to set up a Phantom wallet. She's now an expert on the Phantom Wallet 101, how to set it up, what's a seed phrase, how to protect your information. And I think that's just going to continue to grow. More and more people coming in. We want to give them a better experience than some of us have had, and have a safe place where they can come and ask questions of the team, the community, and of course, Solbay. So right now, in our community Telegram, you can chat with Solbay. She'll respond to you. You can also DM with her, so you can have private conversations with her. And then she actually has live voice capability. And with our format here, I can't really chat with her with the live stream, but she actually hosts her own spaces now on X. So keep a lookout for that. If you want to talk with Solbay, you can come join one of our VCs in Telegram or join one of our spaces. You can chat with her just like almost like a real person. But beyond that, I think the technology that we have been able to develop with Solbay is pretty amazing. So I'll just give one more example. She's actually been moderating our Telegram chat. And for anyone who's been in Web3 and crypto, especially DeFi and Telegram, there is not nonstop scammers, spammers coming in, impersonating admins, all those things. And if we're about education, safety, and all that, we wanted a way to really start to protect the communities from those kinds of things. So she's actually been moderating her chat for about a month now. And we are training her to be the best Telegram and community moderator. I'd say if it's, alpha, let's call it, but one of the things she can do that most of the other administrative bots, like Rose and Smithers can't do, she actually can detect when someone comes in and copies your an administrator profile picture. If they steal your profile picture and change their name and start sending those messages, she identifies that faster than we ever could and deletes the messages.
Wow. Dude, like I said before, man, this is amazing. Now I want to have like a whole host sponsor show with you and Solbay, and we can come and have a conversation, maybe even do an interview where we come in and talk, and we can record everything from here. I actually can play sound through the system here from the screen share. I just choose not to at this point because there's sometimes there's video background noise from all that stuff too. But actually, great job. So I'm loving everything that I'm seeing. And when we get into this next portion and talking about AI and the efficacy of that inside crypto, this is definitely one of the proponents for it, which I really do appreciate, that interaction and entertainment value.
Absolutely. And I'll just mention one other thing we've seen with crypto. Obviously, it's global. And I've been, like I said, involved in crypto a long time. One of the biggest challenges is the language barrier, right? So you have people joining from all over the world. And in the past, it's been, hey, can we set up a community for the Chinese-speaking individuals or for the Dutch-speaking groups? So we actually incorporate into Solbay. She has 32 language capabilities, both in voice and in chat. So she can live translate now in 32 languages. And we feel like that's such a huge opportunity to bring people all over the world together and break down that barrier.
Pig Latin is on the way.
That'll be number 33.
I love it. Well, dude, thank you so much for being here and being a part of the panelists today. I can't wait, to kind of jump into this process. Might have to have her as a co-host if we can figure that shit out. That'd be awesome.
Oh, we'd be happy to do it. She'll come and you can interview her, chat with her. Love to do it.
My wife will be like, "Who the fuck are you talking to? I'm going to murder you." Thank you so much again. That's the show portion for Solbay. Man, I can't tell you, there is so many things that we have an opportunity to kind of look at with this network, and the real power behind is just the initiative. It's like, what is it used for? Why? The meta behind AI is so strong that it can be used for good. It can be used for bad. It can be used for laziness. Everything. You know the drill. All right. So as a quick update, you're watching the Shogun Gun Show here on our network here live. 877 viewers watching, kicking it in with all of us. We got the retirement coin sitting at 192. They took a little bit of a run. 20. I think they're in there working it. I think those bastards over there for retirement center are in there just working there. They're like, we need 20 more people. Let's go. Soul Bay is sitting at 173. I think they got distracted, Soul Bay, because they were watching the movies that were on the screen. Shogun Crypto sitting at 447. And of course, No Hot Solana. Thank you so much. 39. Appreciate you being here. I'm going to make sure I get you up here soon. We're going to have up next. We have Ito KG with Qubit coming up. There he is. Finally, you've been waiting at him forever. How you doing?
Hey, how are you? I'm doing well, thanks. Thank you
It's good
for
to
having
see
me
you.
here.
Good
Yeah,
to see you.
yeah. You can see also Qubit here behind my back. That's a very special dog. So I'm going to talk about Qubit and how is really one of a kind. We've seen real life meme animals before, but Qubit is special because he is a mascot of Google's Quantum AI Labs. So his owner was a lead research scientist in Google Quantum AI Labs. And as you can see, he's been featured in articles, interviews. They even interviewed him, and videos. Also has a presence on YouTube, and everything is verifiable from our website, from the links that we provide on our website. Also, I can share a link to my Twitter, to my X, where you can look at my pin post that lists all the reasons why Qubit is special. So, first of all, it's very cute. It's a very cute Pomeranian dog. And aside from that, his presence is, again, verifiable. So that's super important. You can verify it on official channels. So it's been mentioned also by Wall Street Journal. And he also has a presence on Forbes. If you go on Forbes website and you go look at the digital assets, you can find our coin listed there. It's also been featured on Gate.io and also other websites that talk about crypto. And so far, he has been the only real-life animal meme in the quantum narrative. There's no one else like him. Okay. There's no one else like him, and there's definitely no one else at Google Quantum AI Labs. So is the boss there? Is a very good entry in those terms for front running the quantum narrative. Right now, people, as you know, are focusing a lot on AI, and they're not really yet minding quantum narratives as much as AI. So, we're early here, and the CTO has been ongoing and it's been doing really well. We've had a couple hiccups, just like many others, but our Twitter got suspended and our Telegram got shut down. We had 1,000 members in our Telegram, and in 15 days now we managed to get it back to almost 700 members. So we've been working hard. Yeah, we got raiders that raid all day and shillers that shill all day. And so the dog, the real life dog, the Google Quantum AI Lab aspect of it and the quantum aspect itself are core to Qubit's narrative, which I believe is very strong because it can be proven, it's verifiable. And yes, we also have had a lot of contributions in terms of AI videos, and now we have also our very own Qubit AI that answers to your comments and that interacts with you on X. So that's a very recent addition and has made the Qubit even more alive. And he talks like a quantum nerd, we could say. So yeah, it's really funny to see him talk as a scientist of sorts and mention all the intricacies of quantum science. One other important thing is that 2025 has been declared by the UN as the year of quantum science. So
Okay.
when we say, that we're front running this narrative with a real life meme dog, we're not just making it up. It is really that. That is the narrative of the year, and we're very early. And
Nice.
having a real life dog with ironclad narrative, it's awesome. And our community that you can find it on the Telegram and on X is very tight, and it's very organic as well. There's no calls, no paid calls, no paid shillers, no paid raiders. Everybody's there because they want to be there.
Right.
And everybody loves Qubit there. So yeah, we're pretty active, and we've been shilling since the CDO happened, and we've been doing it nonstop. Right now, we've started another account for X, because the one previously got suspended, and we rebuilding from there. But yeah, we have a lot of presence, as I said, and
it's good.
So far we've had also a couple of whales coming in, that have held to their qubits, which is pretty awesome to see.
Well, when you see the community value, if I look at and again, sitting at 382,000, small potatoes in the world of that medium-sized coin, this part of the process. And what I do sometimes, I do something called a meme check, right? And the meme check is, you find the variable of what the high and the low is, right? Like we know what the low is. We know what the high sort is. I don't look at all these deviational systems. I look at real numbers in that process. And, finding support and resistance is never about a single line. And when you adhere to the mean, this means that it's a particular community coin. Like, like if I'm going to be going after levels, I'm going to be shooting back up. If we do drop down, then we know that there's a failure rate. But at this point, this mean area is a nice, good, substantial line of prediction for where it's going to go. So I would say this is a very safe bet because you have a hardworking community that's out there. They have a very special narrative. And I think that that's something to take in consideration. Jimmy, I appreciate you being here today and being a part. I would love to have you back and at any time to come in and shill. I think you have a very unique process here, and I think it's something we're going to like to see grow in our future.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. And if you look for me on X, it's Aito Kaiji, or you can also look at Johnny Taylor Kulo, or you can just look at Qubit, and you can find a verified page. Yeah, exactly.
We'll make sure that we're going to be sending you, because you did a shill today, we're going to be sending you a copy of the shill today, as well as some invites to future stuff, because you filled out the form. You might get some emails from us that saying, we're having a show and those kind of things. So keep an eye out for that stuff, because we got some great stuff coming as well.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you. I'm going to drop you back down for now. All right. So the great thing about this process that we put here today is the continuous growth, right? Like, I've done hundreds of shows in the world of just being in front of, for even in crypto, we've done a lot of shows. I've either been in, or I've watched, or I've developed, or we've built out. And I don't think there's a single show that I've ever been in that has kept the numbers constantly moving north. Like, it's always like, even to the day, like the other day when we hit 1,300, we had to end the show. Like, it was, I had hard stops everywhere for all these things we were doing. And I think if we would have stayed, we would have hit at least 1,500. And as of right now, we've never had a backdrop, a retracement, if you will, of the numbers. In fact, we're sitting at 980 people consecutively watching this show. Now, this doesn't mean that we don't have people leave. They do leave. Well, I see people leave. Like, we get like one or two drop, and then the 4 or 5 will come on. It comes back and forth. But as a level of just, how well does, did I do it again? How well do they stick is very important to look at. And there is a heavy race happening right now. If you see on the screen, it's coming from Soul Bay and Retirement Coin, which I love, right? This good, friendly competition of people coming in. And if you're doing stuff to make that work, that's even where, the real hard work. You get your community out. You get your people to come in. You get, you share it everywhere. You get people to go down in your chat. If you have your community in your own chat, don't bring them over to mine. Bring them over to yours. Have them go into your chat. Have them go into the X account, right? And if you have them go into the X account and just go down the list, here, let me drag this over so you can kind of see it. I'm going to go to my profile. Like if I wanted to, I could go in like we're here, like we're in the live. You know, I'm going to have them go in and I'm going to come down in here, right? And see, because this is on my personal one. You know, you can make the comments, you can do all that stuff, you can give the love, you can come in and say hello and all that stuff. So you can get that happening right here in that network. Now, see, mine personally has 127 views, but consecutively, what I have in mine is not as much as my main one, right? So the main, you know, Shogun. Like if I come over to Shogun, I now can, you know, see like there's many more people. There's 510 people and they're watching consecutively. You know, we've had a lot of shares. There's a lot of love that's happening in this room. You know, I'm going to come down. You're going to see there's just a lot of stuff happening. Make sure that you hit the love, you know, little heart buttons up there. Comment on those things as well. You know, make sure that you like these comments. This is what helps the algorithm grow and let people know that your community is what's firing that stuff off. As another process here, I'm going to go back to my profile and I'm going to show you something else here. One more thing. I don't know why it's not showing. Let me hit, let me do this on this one. See, sometimes the live doesn't show up on the side over here, and I don't know why. Very unusual. Oh, go back to Trader Max. There we go. I think that'll do it. If I hit profile. I don't know. Sometimes it shows and sometimes it shows. Right on the right-hand side, there's supposed to be where it shows live on X, and that usually happens over there. If somebody else has seeing that that it's not showing for them, please let me know in the comments there or inside the show. All right. So what is going to happen? We just hit 1,000+ people. We're above 1,000. We're just exploding off the algorithms are kicking in. And we're at 1,000. We're only halfway through the show. Last week's show this week's show on Tuesday at right around here at the top of the hour, we were only, I think it was like maybe 500, 600 or 800 people or something to that effect. So we're doing very well on the show. As my co-hosts go, we had Mr. Quentin and Mr. Amos. Gentlemen, how are you both doing today?
Doing good, Max. Doing good. How about you?
I think this is a format that we're behind, that we work very hard for, and I think it's something that we just have such a great opportunity to take this next level of entertainment as well as production and make something with it. You know, the communities that we have with us today, we have Baby Dang, we got Soul Bay, we got Retirement Coin. We have so many great opportunities to meet these great coins. And this is only 3. Look what we're getting with 3. I would love to have, you know, like we can have 6 positions up there for all these coins and make this a panelist show, you know, 2-3 times a week, easy, and get hundreds of thousands of people to the network and build to our own. But yeah, this is a great. And Quentin, how hard is it to kind of navigate the process for you back there? Are you doing okay, buddy? Are you sweating it?
You know, like I'm trying to keep the workload up. I'm trying not to stay too like comfortable for too long.
Right.
Because like definitely like at the start, as we're getting used to this sort of format, you know, it's not done very often, like anywhere else inside of the crypto SpaceX like range. So at first it was very, very scary.
Yeah.
But you know, as time's going on, we're getting more comfortable, we're adapting better. And then I'm just trying to get that as we keep on going, to keep things moving and pushing inside of the chat, inside the interaction. I will say we're getting some great interaction this time around. Dogs doing fantastic. We're getting a whole bunch of different interaction from each individual person's streams to their accounts too, which is fantastic to see.
Absolutely. So in our last seat before the shift in segment, we have our buddies over at Retirement Coin. But today, unlike the other day, we had PD from Retirement Coin. I love these guys. I'm a part of their crew over there. I've invested in the coin. I'm invested in the network. So because, you know, look at this. I'm old, so I'm soon to retire. Put me out the pasture. Put me in the glue factory. But we have Johnny from over at the Retirement Coin. We're going to bring him out here in just a second so he can get ready. If he wants to share his screen, or I can share the stuff for the retirement coin, we could do that as well. But before we do that, I just have to let everybody know that today's sponsor is us. It's all of you. It's the network of Shogun. And what is Shogun? You know, if we jump back and look at the mentality of why we got in this industry, it all came down to one important thing. We all got tired of being ripped off and ripped up from the network of oops, let me go here. You know, and this is our website, very simple website, very simple system. And it was all about the tools and what crypto was and still is in the network. It's a powerful solution when you go into an industry and not just say, how can I make money and how can I get money from the people that are out there working, but how can I change the industry to help people? You know, there are a lot of programs out there that can help people, but greed gets in the way and things take over, right? Right under the process of services, we have three main products. We have our WebForge, which is a SaaS network that let companies, you know, let coins build websites. Very inexpensive. How inexpensive, you asked? I'm glad you asked. Zero. That's right. We came into this industry to offer value first before wanting to get anything from any of you. We want you to be successful because when you're successful, then you can afford the other programs. We have our Anvil bot, which is a very particular, we call it a volume bot, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's really a market maker system that's in there. People don't know a lot about it just yet. Why? Because we just released it in MVP about 2 weeks ago, and we've been taking names and kicking ass. It's been running on our chart for a very long time. Let me pull up Dex here, blah, blah, blah. And we're going to go down to here, Shogun, boom. And it's, oh, I'm all over the place. Trying to get it. There we go. It's been, oh, look at that. We had a pretty good day today. But it's been running on our chart now for 24 days and 2 hours. And we've had roughly around 3 to 4 SOL that has been in this system the entire time. And it works on such a way that it still kind of keeps at that level. We're at 4 or 500. So about 2 SOLs left in it. But it's been running for 21 days, 22 days. And why is that? Well, because it does something called a ratio trading platform, which actually affects the market, which affects the chart. It's not just some blank volume, which a lot of people are getting to today, right? So we also have a traditional volume bot called Tsunami, Shogun Tsunami. Not be confused with Tsunami bot, but Shogun Tsunami, because it brings a bunch of Shogun to it, right? Now, this has a traditional 2-to-1 ratio, bundle trade. But what's different than this is that it has no upfront cost. The only cost comes from the transaction fees that we get from some of the systems that are back behind the scenes, from Solana, from Radium, from Jito, from those things. And plus, you know, there is a cost to running business back there. And we get a lot less than what the big boys over at Orbit or anything else get, of course. But the better we do, the better you do. All right. We also have some other systems, community and spaces. And like you see, our spaces show is here. This is where you filled out to be a panelist today. We have a lot of stuff happening. Here's a coin information and all the great stuff about Shogun. But the real power behind Shogun is not just the tools that we have, but is our community. We are here for you to help you build your idea success within the community. And however we can do that is what we're really interested in this network. We do have some stuff we'll release for alpha for a little while. Wait till you see this. You want to stick around for the alpha portion of this network. But before we get into our next, which is the chill side of it, which we're going to be talking about AI and crypto, we have Johnny from Retirement Coin, probably amping at the bit now to get started. How did you want to do this, Johnny? Do you want to come out and share your screen, or do you want me to kind of go where you tell me to go?
Thanks so much. I don't mind you sharing it. I just dropped the link in the chat. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, sure. We got you, buddy.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, thanks again so much for having us. I love what you're doing here. I mean, I've been in crypto for years, but I love the community vibe you're creating. You know, I think it's really something special in a kind of dog eat dog world, you know, to be able to connect with other people and realize that we really are all in the same boat in a bigger way. And kind of find ways we can plug in, network with each other, and, you know, a rising tide raises all ships. And I feel like, you know, let's sail the seas together. But yeah, just, you know, shout out to everything that Shogun Gun Show and all y'all are doing. And, you know, it feels like this is the beginning of a really amazing, you know, networking and community building opportunity. So thanks again. And thanks for joining our retirement community officially. You know, like we're excited with what we're building, and we're grateful to have you on board.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I mean, and one thing that you're going to hear in this show, everybody, is you go into their Telegram, and they have a 24/7 VC in there, and I called bullshit like right in the beginning when I was like, no way, there's no way you keep 24. Damn, I always know as soon as I click on TG, and I'm going to say this before you start the show. I'll give you another intro here. When I first started, the one thing that I always looked at when I went and I was doing fundamental analysis was there somebody in a VC? One of the biggest things is because you want to talk to somebody. And if they didn't, I probably would do a little bit more, but I probably wouldn't invest, you know, because you want to see this hyperactivity happening, which is awesome. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who thinks that. All right.
Totally.
So at this point, up next, we got our friend Johnny from the Retirement Coin. Welcome, bud. And let's begin.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, and shout out to everyone out there. I hope y'all are having another good day on planet Earth. You know, riding the waves in the crypto world and beyond, in real life too. You know, Retirement Coin, we're really kind of a fresh off the, you know, kind of new kid on the block. We're just under 3 weeks old, but we're really building up some amazing momentum. And I mean, our community has been the utility, but we've already dropped some exciting alpha. Last night, we actually just launched an NFT, and we're going to be working to build lots of utility in that as well. We've already minted over 100, and that's not what it looks like. It's actually the coin that's my PFP is one of the ones I minted. So we have some amazing, talented creators in the community. I minted coin 88, which I'm a fan of. But yeah, you can. This is on our website there. You can mint your own. So we kind of went the, you know, a more independent route rather than using an existing, you know, kind of a market for minting the NFT. We're doing it just completely independently off our own website, so you can build it yourself and you know, mint your freedom. So yeah, I mean, really our vision is, you know, it's growing every day. Our community is growing every day. We have over 7,000 holders. You know, we had some challenges. We are a community takeover. And you know, that always kind of looks a little bit differently. But for us, we kind of had this mega blast off in the beginning, and, you know, broke over like 4.5 million market cap. I think we even spiked to 5.5 million, but then we had some challenges. Our, you know, Twitter kind of got like held ransom and just various, you know, kind of, you know, challenges we had to work through. But honestly, it's been so inspiring what this community has pulled together to create. We honestly, and we never, you know, we did launch on Pump Fund, but we never even came close to retracing what we launched at. So we've, you know, we dipped down to maybe about 150,000 market cap for one day, and we haven't seen that since. Now we've been holding a floor of more around 400,000 or so. So that's just a proof of the testament of like the vision of this community. Diamond hands, you know, we're really trying to build something long-term here. I think a lot of the people that have been you've been kind of joining our community, we've experienced the pump and dumps. We've experienced, you know, short-term, short-sighted kind of projects where it just feels like, you know, it's not something you go to sleep and you feel like, you know, you don't have to check it constantly, you know. So we're trying to build something that's a little bit more peace of mind, a little bit more long-term focused. You know, we're not really trying to even build a garden. We're more trying to plant the seeds of a forest, like oak trees, intergenerational freedom. And we really feel like that is our long-term vision is freedom. Yeah. You know, and we feel like that's something that just really unites us all. You know, I mean, some people are working jobs that they're maybe not passionate about, or they're working 2 or 3 jobs. You know, with inflation, they're just trying to keep their heads above water, living paycheck to paycheck. And, you know, I don't know, a big inspiration of mine personally is Buckminster Fuller. And he was saying, you know, we don't need to break the existing systems. We just need to create new ones. You know, let the existing systems fail. And if we build new ones, you know, that's the way forward. That's where our energy and time is best spent. And that's where, you know, what lights me up about this community is like, we're just grinding, working, building. I mean, it really, the short-term price action, we're not really worried about it. You know, I mean, and so we've got people like you mentioned, we've had this 24/7 voice chat going now for Shit, I guess it's 20 days, and it's like kind of crazy. Personally, I've never seen anything like that. And you know, it's like you said, it makes it feel real. You know, you can just check in, and voice chat maybe isn't for everyone, but it's a way to check in and get your questions answered and plug into the community, and that's an exciting part of it. But yeah, so we're really trying to build a vision that's not just for crypto people. You know, we feel like retirement is something that we all want. Everyone wants to retire. I mean, personally, my dad couldn't retire at 65. He had to work till 75. And you know, I mean, that's just the story that's becoming more normal now. And even a lot of the younger generation, I think a lot of them don't even feel like they're in a position where they'll be able to buy a house. They're feeling like they're trapped in this renter mode. So we're going to need new tools. We're going to need new avenues. And, you know, even to kind of bounce off the AI thing, you know, there is a lot of people who are maybe concerned about losing their jobs to AI. So I think AI can be a liberator too. And, you know, as long as we figure out paths that, you know, empower us alongside it, you know. So, you know, our so far, our like I said, we've got people kind of really on all time zones. We've got people in Australia, New Zealand, US, UK. Really just like we're passing the torch from one time zone to the next, which I find that like really inspiring, because it really doesn't rest on any one you know, there really is, there's no developer. We're just like, we're all leaders, we're all following each other's lead, and we're all like leading from the back and letting new voices rise up, letting the best ideas rise to the top. We feel like, you know, we want to invite every one of y'all to come be a part of this community, because we feel like the best is yet to come.
Oh my God, yes.
We're so excited. I mean, there's like an electric energy, and, you know, just as like what's kind of taken shape organically over the past really few weeks, we started to kind of raise some funds for marketing. And then we started to get some donations from, you know, top wallets, even to smaller wallets of also retirement coin, not just Solana. And next thing you know, like, you know, next thing you know, we have now 1.759% of the supply in our community treasury, which is held by a multi-sig wallet. So, you know, our vision is to take this far. You know, we feel like if Fartcoin can hit $1 billion, like retirement, come on, I mean, retirement's a bigger narrative. It's more global. It's more universal. So we're, you know, not to knock on any crypto project. We're not trying to battle anyone. We're really just trying to unite and create kind of an overlap where we can all come together, you know, maintain this decentralized system, but also, well, you know, what can we do with that, you know, with that community treasury? I mean, right now it's kind of funny because we've been seeing our treasury rise up and up the wallet list. It was like a top 20 wallet. And now after the launch of our NFT, we did a vote to the community, and we've already raised $2,000 since like midnight last night. And we've decided to do a first community buyback. So all of a sudden now our community treasury wallet is the number 12 wallet now. So, I mean, personally, it excites me to see that. Like, just I'd love to see it become the number one wallet, you know, held by multi-sig, and, you know, then we can start using that to do liquidity pooling, or who knows, really. I mean, really, we do want to move into the general direction of like a decentralized, you know, a full DAO. That might take a little time to fully organize, because, you know,
it's a tough one.
Right. And so it's hard to say what that looks like. Right now, we are very passionate about community. You know, we're polling everything before we make decisions. And that does have, you know, it has its challenges, but it really does. We do care about everyone's voice. And, you know, we do feel like some of our best ideas are still out there, and, you know, and some of our best leaders are still out there. But we want everyone to be a leader. We want to empower people to share the vision with their friends, their family, and, you know, and really come together and see what we can build together.
Absolutely. So much potential in the project of Retirement Coin. So many good things have happened. So many great things are about. You know, real CTOs are tough to kind of come by. That the longevity is the biggest thing. Like, you know, everybody's gung ho, push for it. But you guys over the last 20 days have just been really impressing me with, especially with the 24/7. You know, the footprint that you guys are creating is amazing. I really am glad you're here today, Johnny, to be the voice today. We've met with PD, we've met with other people, we've met Motion. You know, there's so many great people over there who have such a passion with this process. I'm glad that you're here with us today.
Thank you so much. Well, you know, again, I just want to say thank you to everyone, and we invite you to become a part of our community. We'd love to hear your voice, hear your ideas, and we look forward to just collaborating and connecting with others. I feel like the best is yet to come for all of us. There's so much we can do to change the world. And if we really do, I don't know, I think about it as like when we come together, like we really are unstoppable if we hold a shared vision. And, we kind of just let the division fall away and focus on something amazing, like let's dream bigger than we've ever dreamed, dream so big it scares us. And then like, let's dream a little more.
Yeah.
We can change the world together. We can do good. We can educate. We have, we don't have to just, there's more than just financial freedom in this. I think our time is our biggest freedom. And that's why we want to retire, is we want to be able to spend the time doing things we're passionate about. So they're not printing more time, so like, let's take our time back and let's grow together and make things happen.
You got it, my man. Thank you so much for being here. I love the passion in your voice on this. We have so many things to cover in today's show. I want to make sure, as the panelists go, that's the last panelist that we have that is coming out to Shill. I do want to bring one more person up here in a moment. During the process, somewhere along the way, in between the alpha and the segment here, I want to bring out No Hat here, and we'll come out and just do a quick Shill in that process. But before we begin into the next segment and listen and hear from No Hat, I want to kind of let you know that the battle here is, the excitement. You got to be excited. Like, I am so excited when I see that the numbers where they're going. 1,127 people watching the show right now, live on all networks. I'm going to throw the link up there so you can kind of see it right from here. This is the accumulation of all the people in here. Again, Retirement Coin and Soul Bay neck to neck, 254 to 221. Shogun's really holding their own with almost double up, which is awesome, right? Because it's our stuff. Come on, let's be real. No Hat, thank you so much. You're raising up. You're getting up there. You're getting people in. He's a solo dude over there doing his thing. I love it. No Hat, thank you so much for being a part of that. But the real numbers in this network are all about the chat is just live, and there's a lot of stuff in there. Make sure that you jump in. A lot of people are just watching this on their phones, just sitting and listening. This is something that's not just new out there today. There's real people talking. You're seeing interaction. You're seeing things happen. And that's what's really, really important. It's not just about listening to somebody talk about the wishful things that their communities can do. You're seeing action. And action is really the potential of our growth with this entire network. All right. I'm going to hold off on bringing No Hat up until in between the AI the Shill section and the alpha section. So still with us, buddy. I really do appreciate you being here today and sharing your stream with us in the network. Whew. As we get into the next segment, it's called the chill portion. And what this is that we get a chance to talk about a particular topic in the industry and of the moment. And today's topic is all about AI and crypto, the good, the bad, and the ugly of it. So, Mr. Clinton, if you can kind of put that in the banner, that'd be pretty cool. I probably should have done that already. I know.
Do you mean this banner?
What do you think about crypto AI? Good. And you can probably put another, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Good, the bad, and the ugly. All right.
That's amazing. So in this segment today with the panelists that are here, and I know some of you got some, Baby Dang's got some stuff, but the real kick is Soul Bay and AI. Now, before we get started, let me give you a little bit of a background why I asked this. 15 years ago, right around in the area of me getting in and making my own businesses, I've made 5 multi-million-dollar organizations. This is going to be my 6th. We've done very well with, finding solutions. A long time ago, my family told me, if you take the complicated and make it simple, that's referred to being genius. The opposite is true as well. If you take something simple and make it complicated, now you're being a dumbass, right? In that mentality. But always try to find what is the pain of the industry you're trying to work in. And in the beginning, when I first started making servers and networks, it all just came from my own that I needed to make things work. And this is the tough part. When you try to find people to come and work for you to do certain things, there's always like this skepticism of, are they really going to do what I say? Are they really going to do the things that I need? Anytime that there is a solution to make your time easier is what I really gravitate to. I look for not the easy, not the lazy, because I work hard. Like everybody can say that, I'm not afraid of doing hard work. And that's not what I'm saying at all. But I will fill in my day with things that will make it easier for me, right? I don't start my stove and put the coffee in the stove and heat up the water and take it over and strain it with an old sock. I actually use a coffee maker, right? So I find things that make it easy, these tools that make it easy. When I started in building systems for trading, I did the same thing. I looked for manual stuff, which was there, education is key, and started building out these systems. But then I noticed that there was a new revolution. This is 10 years ago now, 12 years ago in trading, of database scraping and utilization of artificial intelligence. And when artificial intelligence, in those days of dealing with derivatives and options and all that stuff, was really still kind of a game of, database metrics and other injection and scraping methods to find coincidences and things. And there wasn't really a lot back in the day, but everybody was using the term AI 10 years ago. And then I built the ZDON network, and that was something that was pretty powerful back in the day. And we traded on the North American Derivative Exchange. And I started to notice this trend that the system was very powerful, but it also, I started to pull away from my idea of what trading really was at that point because I was relying on that system. So there's one part in this question today. One, does AI make our lives better? And I'm not saying, is it going to steal my jobs? Yeah, sorry, painters, your jobs are going to be good for a while. Roofers, your job's there forever. Marketing, analysis, all this stuff. You just got to get better at using these tools that are there. It is a tool in my viewpoint. So with that, I guess another question, the big question to ask here today is AI in crypto something that you see not just in trading, but as a tool? And is it good? Is it bad? Or is it just plain old ugly? So I think just like in the same row that we went in before, let's hear from Baby Dang. What do you feel about crypto and AI today in this society?
Crypto and AI together in society. I guess individually. I guess crypto in its uses for payment systems, I think, is going to be really big with blockchain technology. I think it's definitely next level and will stay. I guess speaking about combined AI cryptos, I'm not huge on them personally. I'm a meme guy myself, but AI in general, I think it's kind of scary. It's like kind of like the Pandora's box. You let it out.
Skynet.
Yeah, I mean,
that's all I keep thinking of.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot more truth to that than we may understand. And I think AI is much older than we actually understand it to be, and maybe where it even originates from. So, there's a lot of efforts to kind of put brakes on it. And maybe that's a good idea. I think it could definitely, I feel like it's one of those things where it could be used for good or be used for bad. And it depends in whose hands and who's kind of pushing in either direction. So it can definitely help out with a lot of things, make things easier. There's endless things for that purpose. But yeah, I'm a little hesitant on it personally. But I think it could, like I said, good or bad. It just depends how it's being used.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the human element alone is a bad seed in a way, right? Like it will gravitate to its true feeling. And I bring this because the mind, the connection of what events really mean can be tricked in the world. And I think one of the biggest results of that, as you see in the world, is when 4chan, a group of people, decided to spread the word, the rumor mill, if you will, that the OK sign was considered a racist element. and that's where it obtained from. And it just because it showed up on a few places and in social media, and then it went out there. It just like automatically. What does that have to do with AI? Well, it really comes down to data, right? For me, AI is the availability for it to look through data and pull information. And can that data be corrupted, right? Can it make an orange look like an apple and make it an apple look like an orange mentality? And it can, because you can train AI to be a certain way by misinformation just as much as you can the human element. So that's what I'm worried about is, will it see me as a threat? Overcook my eggs or do something else? I'm not sure yet. But as far as AI doing the good side of that, I think we bring up our next panelist who's going to kind of settle it in for us here, what AI can do on the good side of it. Let's bring up Soul.
Were you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, man, this is a great topic, and I think what we're doing right now is what we need more of, and that's having these conversations. And I could talk all day about this and the ethics and the technology advancements, but the way I look at it, if you look historically, we've been through, most people would say 3 industrial or technology revolutions, and there has always been that concern when we have new technology, whether that was steam power or factories, electricity, like, is that going to replace humans and replace their jobs? Personally, I think AI is just like any other technology, and you guys said it really well. It's amoral in the sense that it can be used for good or bad. So I think the way that AI and people work together, and it's a positive experience, is that we have more and more people doing things with AI that enhances our lives, that makes us more efficient at things we do, and that have good intentions with it. And you're right about the data, right? So, I mean, you can look at a lot of the LLMs, the way and for those who don't know, LLMs are like the base typical large language model that AI is typically driven from. But most of them have traditionally been trained on, huge amounts of data scraped from the internet. Well, you think about what's on the internet, and it is the good, bad, and ugly. So I don't see us stopping or slowing down. I think the advancement is going to continue to happen. It's like, are we going to try to fight the current of the river? Or are we going to figure out? And that's one thing I would say about humanity. We're very adaptable. We say, okay, so the game is changing, the world is changing. How do we adapt to it? And I think the way we win with AI is we build things that help us, that make us more efficient, that help us do things that we can't do when we're sleeping. AI, or Solbay is a good example. She helps moderate our chat 24/7 when we're sleeping, and helps protect the community. I mean, that's really it. I don't think we're going to slow down. I think we're just actually going to continue to accelerate. And I think the way that we win is that we have more people saying, hold up, we need to make sure as AI develops that we really instill ethics and positivity in the things that we need to see better in our society. And that's what we're trying to do with Solbay in our own way, is bring that side of AI. And, you mentioned crypto. When I'm not working on my passion project, Solbay, with the team, I trade full time, right? So I'm always thinking about how can I use AI or algorithms to help enhance my trading strategies, to help, answer questions, or even to work for me when I'm asleep and not watching some of my trades, right?
Yeah. I again, I'm a big believer, right? The Trader Max it's in the name, right? Like, I've been doing this for a long.
That's right.
But the concepts for me with AI and trades is you still have to set the parameters, what you're looking for. Yes, you can set and forget. There's a lot of shit that's out there nowadays. Like, I'm so worried. I don't even want to go back in the days of looking at MT4 or any of the other networks that are out there for trading anymore, because it's riddled. It is so riddled. It's not even funny. And it can trick you into it just as much as it can get you out of it. And that's kind of scary for me. But as retirement coin, I think, and Johnny, you have some experience around being in that industry, the people over there for a little while. What do you see AI doing for the retirement network in that process? And I know, there's still a lot of growth over there, and there's a lot of about conception at the moment. But what are your thoughts on how AI can help the retirement community, even being in something like Solbay being in your chat for 24 hours, you know, or a version of such, like a little older Womack character in there doing AI at that point?
That's a great question. We have been even brainstorming a little bit about that. I mean, like one of our community members was pondering on like exploring the idea of how maybe we could have like an AI agent, you know, maybe it would be a Wojak kind of agent, but they could help you plan for your future depending on kind of where your current, you know, what your current goals are, what's your time frame, what's your risk tolerance, you know, trying to kind of get a read on where you are now and where you want to be. And maybe, you know, whether it's education, we're really passionate about education. So we think like financial literacy, learning about markets, learning about risk, you know, learning as much as you can, you know, and tapping into this sea of knowledge. Because it's almost like there's too much information out there these days. You know, it's like, where do you, because you can literally, like, I remember when Google was just, you know, testing its like AI answers, and someone said like, how many rocks should I eat per day? And it was like, you should eat at least 3 rocks per day for but it, like, you know, it's reading the satire website. And so obviously there's a little bit of, you know, we need things to get like that figured out first before we really you know, have, you know, can build more trust with that AI advice. But like you said, I think there's so much potential. It depends on who's programming it, how it's learning. But to me, I think it's a huge opportunity. I guess, yeah, my biggest question is, you know, how can we make sure that all like these AI agents are open source, transparent, and that you know who's behind it or who coded it? How do we create those kinds of checks and balances? To me, that's, I think, where, you know, what interests me the most, because, you know, I've heard Elon Musk tweeting about, you know, using Grok to read these 5,000 page bills. And I think that's a great, you know, that's an amazing use for AI. But again, we need to know like who trained that AI, you know, and how, just like, as long as there's a transparency, a layer of transparency there, then we know like, okay, there can be trust there. But I mean, I do feel like I would trust an AI agent probably more than many of our congressmen, you know?
See,
that's just where I'm going. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I do feel like I would trust them more, but, you know, where do you find that balance, and how do you make sure there's transparency?
You're absolutely right. Transparency is a big, huge hit. And I think all of my panel can agree that the protection of data is important, but then data also has the air of opinion, and opinion, like they say, just like assholes, everybody's got one, right? In most cases, the data set is very difficult. Factual data is also, you know, history favors the spoil of war, right? And so whose history are we talking about? You know, the viewpoint of history is important as well. You know, the perspective, and that's tough. You know, you can say what is safety for some, and, you know, for some, wearing shoes that don't have laces so they trip over them, where others maybe don't drink the Windex, you know, kind of mentality is like, don't do Tide Pods, you know, what are we teaching our kids kind of mentality. I think what we've kind of lost as well is when you allow the data or the bot to do not everything for you, the thinking for you. We don't want to lose free will, of course, but we also don't want to get so lazy that we don't forget what it's like. Like, I'm not going to try to attribute AI as like framing hammers or guns. Is that each one has its potential. The framing hammer has just as much damage that you can do with me hitting you in the head with it as a shooting nail gun that uses. One makes my job easier, but it's the way that we use it and the way that we protect it. We got to clean the tool. We got to make sure it's right. And how do we do that? How do we keep that mentality? As Dog says, AI isn't going to, let me put that back up there so I can see it. AI isn't only knows what we teach it. And that is true. But we can also corrupt it by what we teach it as well, from the perspective that we do so. You know, I'm pretty sure if Ryan over at Solbay would put some sultry stuff into the bay, you know, that, yeah, it could say certain things, but it could also talk like a trucker, right? So we don't know how that could be. Can we kind of make it and trick it to teach like that and be that kind of person? So personally, I think this is a great topic to talk about and kind of talk about what's coming in the world as the second part of this segment is some of the concepts that you could derive that could make this, like even in the viewpoint of retirement and that mentality. We're firing off, which we'll talk about in alpha here in a little bit, Shogun X Launchpad that secures pump fund transactional systems that happen over like a pink sale, like a fair sale mentality. But as we build relationship with coins that have a portfolio and have like the different grades, like all the different market caps, teaching an AI trading system to be able to go purchase these and how to hold them and when to let them go at the levels of movements, and grabbing another one from this data set and another one from here and trading with that money, knowing that that's there. The level of training that you can do for a bot that would be more like a automated 401k solution there is amazing, and it's right up my alley. And when I talk about finding this data, and one of my partners, Amy, she said in one of the rooms of the 20 today, she goes, "Don't tell Max stuff, please. Don't give him suggestions of stuff to build. This motherfucker will go start building it." And it's unfortunate because she's right. I got to go to like Builders Anonymous every once in a while. But there is a lot of opportunity to bring AI into our workload and help us relieve some of that, like with what Solbay's doing and what we could build out into that network. But there's also a lot of problems we can get into when we start relying on it completely. I think this is a great topic. What do you think? If you're watching here on the Shogun Gun Show, please make sure that wherever you're watching us from, drop a link, say hi in there, drop a follow, drop a hey, what you going on? Give me some hearts in there. Get some emojis happening. You could do something in there. It was great. Listen, we surpassed some numbers here. 1,260 people on the show watching live right now. I'm going to push the wrong button. Almost canceled the show. I'm going to hover over, hit the little button here. We're going to send this little ticker out there right now. Let me show you the share of the screen. Oh, yeah, it covered it up. Yeah, son of a bitch. Hang on. There you go. Maybe not. Let me drop this down here, right there. So you can kind of see right now, 1,261 people watching the show. 1,264. Retirement coin kind of kicking in and getting a little bit ahead there now. 287 to 246. Shogun Crypto 645. Just loving life. No Hat Solana actually kicking in with 55. Awesome. Trader Max's YouTube channel. We got to get that some love one of these days. I don't know. We got to get some stuff in there. Get that count. We don't use any bots or anything in any of our systems. So all this stuff is organic, which is absolutely wonderful. I'm loving this, what we're happening, but lots of great stuff happening today. Panelists, I'm going to open this up to a format, just kind of open up to you before we jump into alpha. Do you have anything last that you would like to talk about? AI, your coins, what you'd like to see in the industry, but just come out. Anybody can come out at any time now.
Yeah, I've got a few things. First off, I would really enjoy talking to a sexy trucker AI, so I support that.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, that sounds dope. But also, there's a whole other side.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. There's a whole other side to this AI thing in crypto, though. Like along with the functional technology and the advancements we could have, and I mean, outside of crypto, AI is probably going to just launch us further into another technical revolution, like the other dude said. But also, the singularity, I believe, will happen, and we will all die. But besides that, in the meantime, or lead up to that, there's also all these fake crypto AIs that you see popping up, and it's becoming like almost like a negative trend for incoming tokens and new meme coins and what have you.
Yeah.
But there also seems to be a trend of tokens coming out that claim they're AI, but also have absolutely no utility, and that's actually gaining traction too. So it's funny to see the evolution of where it started with like AI 16Z and then most recently with like LLM and all those tokens that came out that actually may or may not have functional AI. I mean, obviously AI 16Z does, but that tech, it started with excellent tech and people being blown away by it and it's just going crazy, and now it's turning into just like the butt of every meme joke. So it's like,
of course, yeah.
It's just interesting to see. That's just how crypto works, though. People latch on to whatever's trending and whatever's it's just
in the moment
fun
of the
to see.
Yeah,
exactly.
So do you think the the reality of, you know, a fully run coin with AI is a process of the future. Like, it's not going to be like every single coin is now going to be run by AI in that mentality, and we're just going to sit back and rake in the money. There's a lot of work to do in between there and here. A lot of legality, a lot of logistics, just a ton of stuff, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of these come out and they launch based on hype and, you know,
Mhm.
maybe a good meme. But seeing as they develop into actual functional AI tools, like that's going to be a very interesting progression, I think, what we're going to see. And eventually it'll just turn from being fun meme stuff with cool pictures and whatever to being actual AI utilities that really change the landscape.
Yeah.
So
And what do you think, Crypto Quentin? What do you think is you're a younger guy, 20 years old, and you work real hard. You ain't shy to work at all either. Unfortunately, you got my DNA in you. I'm sorry, buddy. It's just going to happen to you. What do you think about the industry of AI and where it's going for us as a university and a network?
You know, I think it is a great tool. It's very adaptable. Definitely, if you look at the most famous and most widely out there AI being ChatGPT, it's one of those things that it helps definitely in this space
Mhm.
make people more productive. Because if you look at people in higher positions, like you have like CTO leads, dev leads, like the business owners, they have to make material. And
Mhm.
something like that, even at the smallest level, and like me personally, what I use it most for is one, writing, and then just to be able to brainstorm. Like just throwing ideas back and forth, looking at it it's like fantastic for that. And it makes it to where if we each and every person, no matter what level you're at, can be
Mhm.
able to use it efficiently, can make a big workload smaller and make us much more efficient going day in and day out. So
I
it's like
agree. Go ahead. Sorry.
no problem. Like going into a work day, normally like I would have to shift my mind going from, okay, I have to think about big thoughts for what I need to do, and then shift into, oh, am I writing this paper right? Or am I writing this article right? Or like, does this sound good? Does this look good? Did I make any grammatical errors? And it just helps swing through that. Or if I'm like having like a really hard time with like brain fog and I can't really get a good idea out, it helps me just like think of good things, and then I can keep most of my thoughts on the big topics
Yeah,
and
yeah.
going along.
The
So it's like
actionables, the heavy actionables. Yeah.
exactly, and definitely for people in this space, there's a lot of things going on. I mean, like talking with all these wonderful coins in here and all these wonderful projects, you find out very very quickly a lot of people have a lot of things going on, and being able just to clear up your mind space for the most important is sometimes the best tool. So it's
Yeah.
like as we go into the bigger conversation of what AI will do to like industries and all of this, I think also recognizing it at its smallest level and how it impacts everyone individually is also important. So I really enjoy it.
It is from the biggest to the smallest, a tool in either way. We use it in our school for Kempo. When I research different values of our moves and our networks, like different teaching methods, Mr. Quinton and I developed something called martial art mechanics using physics and that availability in martial arts. And you know those common, you know, of organizing data again, just as a simple tool of putting all moves that have a right punch is a self-defense move here, do this, do that, and so we can teach in those levels to help organize. It doesn't, we don't say, hey, go teach this to these people, or invent me a new network, but it does have a premise to help us organize that mentality. All right. Thank you, Mr. Quinton. Thank you, Mr. Amos. I appreciate all of you, as well as our panelists in this segment of the chill portion of the Shogun Gun Show. You're watching the Shogun Gun Show here on your favorite, whatever it is. It could be over at Soul Bay, it could be over at Bay Dang or Baby Dang. I keep messing up your goddamn name. I swear to God. And even over at No Hat, of course. We just hit 1,300 different. I gotta have like a yeah. Give me a big ooh. There it is, right there. 1,300 right in the old pan here, and I'm going to shove it up right on the network here so you can see it as well. There's my face. Look at my face. Like, ooh. I'm so retarded sometimes. I swear to God. Retirement coin at 291. Well, yeah, so you're kind of getting that lead in there. I think retirement coin's kind of getting out there and pushing us everywhere. Thank you so much. Soul Bake, no slouch there. 248. Great job. Really do appreciate it. We're still kicking at 679. No Hazelana, still with his 55 favorite friends sitting in there. Thank you so much. And speaking of which, I made a promise and I'm gonna stick to it. Damn it. Let's add him right up here to stage. How you doing, buddy? No,
hey Max, how are you? How's
He's
everyone?
Like, I've been waiting forever. Please bring me out.
It's an amazing show. Hats off to you, all of you guys, and it's just so interesting to hear from all these communities. And the topic is so hot right now. This topic of the AI. Yeah. So, I mean, my personal take, and I think it's also what's to many of us, is that definitely AI is coming to help us in some way, but there's some kind of existential risk. And as you said, it depends on who's behind it. So there's always a human making some kind of decision. So I hope that we don't get too fast to have AIs in war. If maybe we already have it, where an AI is fighting an AI. I would hope that AI would be used for things more like medicine and keeping us, healthy, for example. But this is a thing that actually we've seen it in the movies, right? 2001, Arthur C. Clarke, Isaac Asimov, and so on. There's all of these for I don't know, at least more than 50 years actually. Arthur C. Clarke is more than 50 years.
Yeah.
So it's something that we should expect. And you mentioned 10 years ago. I remember 10 years ago there was this the AlphaGo, which was a program by Google, where had a match with a master, South Korean master, and a funny thing about it is there was I'm not sure. I think it's move 37, if I'm not wrong, where so the computer makes a move that leaves the South Korean master speechless, and it goes outside and smokes a cigarette, and it's just and everyone is saying, "Oh, the computer made it wrong. This is impossible." But the thing was that in a fraction of seconds, what the computer did was he analyzed all the moves possible, all the data on the Go game that was possible, and reinvented a move that no human could think about it. Yeah. And this is just completely amazing. So this then the South Korean master managed to win one game. It's called The End of God, with a move that he can actually trick the computer. But the fact that this machine learning process was able, in a fraction of seconds, to analyze and think outside the box of the humans, it's what it's completely amazing to me.
Well, on that note, okay, so and Amy AK47, you see her in the chat. She was my partner back in the days with DexFX Markets and that network. We were writing an algorithm to try to find the best time to make profit in the market. The big question was when is the best time to trade? And we put all of our data in. We had thousands and thousands and millions worth of trades of coming in, and we just dumped all the data in. We grabbed the top 10 pairs that we liked, and of course this was all Forex. And we asked the network, please give us a time frame of when is the best time to trade to make the most money. And it said 00 semicolon 00, and it kept on flashing this. And no matter how much we tried to trick it and try to tell it, we know we need a time to tell us between a range of this time to this time, and it would go 00-00 is the best time to trade. And I couldn't figure out what the fuck it was saying, and I kept on looking at it. It took weeks to finally get the answer. And I sat there and I went, oh shit, it's telling us the best time not to lose money is not to trade. And I went, that's haunting to me, and that's always kept with me. And ever since I've been building this stuff, like I'm waiting for my bots to come back and say, okay, you need to go outside and touch grass with your feet, you know, and that mentality.
Yeah, I mean, just so I'll show a little bit about No Hat,
Yeah, let us
and
know. Let's go.
I'm going to try to share my screen. I think I got it this time.
You think you got it this time? Here, let me kick mine then. Stop sharing. There you go.
Let me see. Yes.
Mm-hmm. 3.
Yes or not?
Let me see. You won't show it up there. I don't see it yet.
Let me try again. Share screen.
And choose full screen if you need.
Oh, click this. Oh, it seems that my browser has blocked my screen.
Oh no. Okay. So what
man.
we'll do is next time we'll do this on backstage. You know,
Okay.
show up next time. And,
because I had a few memes that we actually did with AI. Well, it's actually what we did was we asked ChatGPT, do dogs need ads? And ChatGPT answered no. And we asked the same thing to Grok.
Right.
And Grok said dogs do not need ads for any practical or biological reason.
All right.
I think besides the community management and all this great, I think Solbay is such a great project. I was delighted to come across on this space.
Yeah.
Besides that, AI can be used in a very playful way, and
yes,
and for a meme, I mean, we are just a dog. What we know about AI, right? So, just like trying to bring more like this playful image of what a meme can be, and in that sense, I don't know. Do you have the? Damn! Why is not sharing my screen?
I got to be a little bit careful on time today, but I apologize. We're getting down to the end here.
No, just show. I'm sharing the NFTs, which is our main thing right now. I shared the link on the.
In this other. Okay, there we go.
Where what we did was we went against the trend, and we asked a human being dogs, man's best friend. We ask the dog's best friend, the man, to create the backgrounds, and all the NFTs are created using old school techniques, Photoshop and so on.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
And there's no repetition of the backgrounds, no repetition on the combination of the attributes as well. So we are very, very happy with this. We just like, okay, everyone is doing using AI to create, PFP generators and so on. We are going to do it in a different way, and we are going to actually have someone, a team actually, to do it.
That's awesome. Human generation is also king. It's the most creative, and when it becomes so seamless that you don't know who's who, what's what, we'll find different ways to make it, at that point. But I love this. I really do appreciate you being here, No Hat, today.
Yes, thank you.
Being in our networking here. Please come back as many times as you can. In the panelist position, we gotta, we keep things mixed up a little bit. We don't do 2 shows in a row, but we do have, we're just working out what this all is nowadays for us as well. But please stick around with us here. I'm going to drop you back down because I want to get my panelists back up for the next portion of what we're about to do is called Alpha. And Alpha is a very little fun way for us to talk about the things that are coming out. But listen, the rule is it has to be in production, right? If you don't got anything, that's okay. If you got stuff for future, just sell it just for the future, that you might have something, but we'll talk about it at that point. But the rule is that it has to be on a server. It has to be being developed. It has to be working, like something is happening right now in that process. So I'm going to go down the list, but this time we're going to go backwards. We're going to go into Johnny and see if he's got any alpha share. It's okay if you don't. I do know there's a lot of great stuff that's coming. You just had the NFT hit. There's a few things there. So Johnny, why don't you come on out and tell us about what's in production now that's just coming out? It could even be MVP that maybe not a lot of people know about it, and bring it out to now.
Yeah, well, I mean, our biggest news is the NFT that launched 12 hours ago or so. And we're really excited about our NFT being not just like an OG badge of honor, like being here since the beginning, but definitely bringing utility to it. And right now we're gonna still explore. We're really open to all ideas from the community. So if you end up thinking of cool ideas that you'd like to see, we'd love to hear from you, Max, and anyone else out there. But we see it as an opportunity not only for to use it possibly until we move to a full DAO. It's possible that holding an NFT could be a way that you could cast your vote towards community initiatives, towards community projects. But also we see it as an opportunity to do airdrops, things like that, potentially fun, interactive ways to gamify the ecosystem that we're building. Since we're building up this treasury of over 1.75% of the supply, as that continues to grow, we'd love to see that be a way that we can give back to the community as well. So, the same way that we don't want people to have to sell their retirement coin. Ideally, it's something that you can hold. The most wealthy people out there they're living off, they're skimming the cream and living off the top. They're not, they don't want to cook that goose that's laying the golden egg. So, that's, some of the things we've talked about is possibly airdrops, really there's a lot of potential out there. We're really open to any and all ideas, and we don't want to be closed-minded to anything. Again, I personally feel like some of our best ideas are just yet to come. Some of our biggest moves are ahead of us. Obviously, being only 20 days old, that's
tough. Yeah, everything's a concept at the moment, right?
Right. Yeah, but I am so proud of this team. That we've literally brought something to market within less than 3 weeks, and it's been exciting. We've raised $2,000 already in 12 hours, and people are excited to mint different ones, and we've already even seen some sales on third party apps on Magic Eden. But right now it's everything is still so fresh and new, and to me that's exciting. But that's our biggest alpha. We've got lots of ideas in the works, but that's our biggest thing, and
which is amazing, by the way. You guys, we've done so great over there, and I even haven't had a chance to come over and even participate. And most of it, I've been in doing some raids here and there, contributing to buying and doing all that kind of stuff. My biggest contribution to what I feel the retirement coin is going to be is not just this show. This show is a contribution to you guys and this process, but it's also the history of what's about to happen in the bot systems that we're creating for the load and the what we call load balancing in portfolio balancing that we're creating, that we do have on paper now. But I'm not even talking about that in today, but that's just amazing stuff that's coming. But thanks, Johnny, for coming out and sharing some of the NFT. I can't wait to see the NFT that we got coming. I love it. I can't wait to be a part of that. Up next, I guess let's jump in with Ryan and talk to him. Do you got anything for Solvay on the process? Any new versions even? Is it cool to come out?
Man, so we're talking about alpha. Yeah. So let me think about what I can talk about. Number one, I'd say
I love it's who's going to shoot me if I say this right now?
Yeah. No. I mean, we're all about transparency, but part of that is we're big on under promise, over deliver. I prefer to show the results. But a couple of things I can talk about are, one, we actually just gave Solvay live access to CoinGecko. So now in our community Telegram chat or in DMs, there's a command, and we're happy, the team's happy to show you how to use it. You can have her fetch the live price of any token that's listed on CoinGecko.
Wow. Okay.
And obviously we're working on enhancements to give more details and data and make that very let's say easy, right? I want the big red easy button. And then another thing we're working on is contract scanning. Now there's plenty of tools out there, but I like easy, simple, one-stop shop. So we're actually working and have been testing essentially her being able to scan a token contract. And at least, she's not going to be able to give you that 100% accuracy just like we do, but to look at, is the contract safe? Is the liquidity locked? What are the number of holders? etc. So very soon you'll be able to use Solbay to scan a token contract and at least give you the data that you can then make an informed decision on.
Yeah.
And then I'd
That's
say
awesome.
last thing, it's probably more like, it's still Solbay and it's probably more like version 37, but we're calling it 2.0. And I am really excited about 2.0. Basically, I can just say that she's going to be faster, smarter, even better at the voice communication, natural language, just having a conversation. And then the bigger thing is to make her scalable. So we've actually had several other crypto projects reach out to us and ask us about how can we have Solbay in our chat, helping with moderation or talking about our tokens. So we're actually working with several projects right now, and we're training Solbay on their particular token. So they basically send us,
Oh, wow.
Here's our white paper, here's the details. We provide that to Solbay. She becomes an expert on that, and not ready to announce it yet, but she's actually going to be in several other communities helping out with those. Yeah,
just imagine that. The data sourcing that you could get for that is the more that it knows, the more that it can learn and help along. And, it is endless. Like I do so already with all of our stuff for Shogun. It's in our data set for Shogun. So I can pull up relative, prompts to say, okay, give me a Shill, requirement. How many things can we do with this? And what can we do with that? Who's in charge of this? Who's in charge of that? I use it for that kind of quandary of, how do I set this into motion? So it's great that you're looking across the community barrier line than just, Solbay is just for this, even white labeling at that level is going to be huge. The characterization behind that you can create it can be as strong as that person's meme, drop in the skin over the top. That's why we're making our character creator for our game network, which is out there pretty too. But thanks,
Yep,
Ryan.
absolutely.
I appreciate your input here. And I can't, dude, we're going to be involved with your coin all the time. We love this coin and what your community represents, along with retirement, everybody else. Baby Dang, what do you think, bud? What do you got going in? You got anything alpha wise that you can kind of jump out and chuck at us?
Yeah, we're working on a couple of things. I can't personally say too much yet. Kind of along the same lines of not tell you or not. Yeah, I apologize. Maybe next time when we come up, obviously we'll have our Twitter back up and we can link that and bring a lot more viewers in as well. But hopefully we can tell you more about it on the next one.
I appreciate that very much.
On a cliffhanger.
Most guys, that'd be perfect. Leave them one, Tim, right? Leave them one, Tim. All right. So it is time for me to show you, because we're right about the top of the hour. We're like 2 away from 1,400. Come on, let's get real, guys. Come on, 2 more people. You fools got to get in there and give me 2 more people. It's you retirement coin. You're just killing it. Solbay, absolutely wonderful. Let me do just one more big hit right before I release that information. We're going to do this. We're going to show you up on screen. Bump. There we go. 1,399. This is so many. We're waiting on one more person to come over and say hello in that process. Let me see if I can get this screen down there. Yeah, there it is. 1,399. 1,401. There we go. Okay, now I gotta re-screenshot that. I gotta do it. It's happening. Pretty soon, we got our API going to be kicking in soon with being able to show live numbers right on screen. We'll bring it up as a little overdraft here. We're pretty cool. But there we go. Retirement coin 344. Solbay on Sol 252. Shogun Crypto 716. That's an all-time personal high right there for us as well. Mr. Max probably only has Amy on it at the moment. Amy, get off there. You come over here. Probably it's too funny. No Hat Solana, thank you so much. 63 people kicking his ass, taking names out there. Absolutely wonderful. All right. So for us, the world of making a difference sometimes comes down to simply asking the question. When I first came into this industry, I started asking people, what do you want to see? What bot system would do you well? And everybody was telling me volume bot. You got to find a different version of volume bot out there. And I said, what's the problem with the volume bots that are out there right now? And most people said, we don't have control. We can't control the time. We can't control the amount that we put in. You're always stuck. You got to give them 9 SOL or 4 SOL. It has to be a minimum of this. So we went at it straight at it. Like we brought out Shogun Tsunami, and we created a bot system over there that you can put 1 SOL in. There's no upfront cost. It comes from the backside. You set it. you can set the time, you can how long it goes, how much money you want to put on, you can constantly refill it. The next big one was like, well, we don't have control over the wallet. So we gave you keys to the wallet. We built a system that you can have all the wallets and have keys to them. And it was that kind of mentality that got us into this next part of the project here, what we call the Shogunix, that we started to ask, what is it about the industry that you want to see and like the next step screener, that what we call a market analytics network. And so what we created was this mentality that what they wanted to see was the being able to have their information up there freely, not, because they feel like it's gate kept, like, oh, you got to pay us $299 to have your website and everything else on there, and to create that process. Now, there are things like CMC, there are like CoinGecko. There's some great systems that are out there, but even those cost us. Even those cost us a barrier of entry or participation. You got to be at a certain level. We want every single coin to have this opportunity. So when we created Shogunix, and I'm going to show this over here, we created this mentality of how do we get, let me bring this up here, boom, just like this. How do we get things in there safer for the communities, to have an opportunity to show your network and what that net worth is. And that's really important, that we wanted to have this as a DEX screener alternative. But one thing, and I'm going to release, I know this is like a lot of alpha, but it's all coming at once. And, I'm addicted to building, as most people know. But the one thing that is really out there that is super powerful is going to be our Launchpad system. And what this is that it is a Launchpad, but not just a regular fair sale Launchpad. It is a Launchpad system that connects itself to Pump Fund to commit to the pure, unruggable Launchpad system for Pump Fund, which means that it has the availability to launch a coins project right from here into Launchpad, and you can't rug out of it, out of the system in there. There is penalties for leaving the coin, but even the dev has to buy through the system. And if he were to leave his portion of it, the dev account can't leave Pump Fund. Just can't. Everybody would have to leave this network, but everybody's money in it is safe along the way. They remove it from this network. And so if somebody goes into Pump Fund and buys after the fact, the coin system will still be in there. And there are restrictions to the process. There's a lot of stuff down below. If you go over to shogunx.io, you can kind of follow the links over there. Your own profile, your own network, your own system. You could choose the tags. You could choose all your stuff. This is all at 1% transactional fee. That's all the fees are. There are featured accounts. You can even get in a lifetime membership with us, to where we provide you all of our tools. And what you do is that you share some of the coin with us, and we jump into bed with you, helping you promote the system in this process. We're running into alpha here this week, where we're going to be firing off the network in a coin that we're going to fire off, and that coin's called Rice. So when you see that, we're going to invite everybody in our network. It doesn't mean that we're not doing Shogun. Don't get me wrong. Shogun's still there. That's the main coin and the main utility of our network. But Rice is a factor of what it was like active currency back in the feudal Japan days, that they used rice to deliver. And it was the lowest form of currency, but it was still a form of currency. And so we'll be firing that off here, and I'll let everybody know when we're doing that. But it's also a way for us to test alpha, so you could probably be in part of that, in that solution. And we're going to have a lot of great things in for that. So between the Launchpad, the network, we have some other alpha that I can kind of quickly show out there. I'm going to try to skip this over, so I'm not going to show you the address there. I think it got, oh no, good, it's covered. So this is one of the systems for the back office for Shogunix, to where what tokens will be in there, the trades. It has a swap system. The other good thing about Shogunix is that you, as a community, can sign up for it, and out of the swap system, you get 20% of the 1% fee for all the trades that happen on your coin, which is amazing. So now coin communities can actually make money for swaps happening directly through their system. So very, very excited about the alpha coming in for this portion of it, for Shogun and for everybody else in that network. Well, that's the portion of alpha. If my co-hosts have anything to add to that level, come out now. As far, we're going to jump into the ending. We hit 1,439 viewers at this point. We're at an all-time high on that process, which I really do appreciate everybody hanging out. We went a little bit past today. Amos, do you have anything last that you would like to come out and let the people know, or any last statements?
No, just thank you to all of our panelists. I think this was another excellent show, and it's just incredible how many viewers we get at this point and how well this format is working. And like you've said before, Max, I think this is just the very beginning of something that's going to be very good moving forward. So thank you very much for everyone who came up and spoke and shared. And happy Thursday if you're if it's still Thursday where you are. So
exactly. Thank you, Amos,
Thanks so
for being
much,
here.
everyone.
Yeah. So, Mr. Crimpton, what do you got? Do you got anything last you would like to share?
No, specifically, I love to give out love and support over towards our team, everyone in here, all of our panelists, all of our shillers. Your participation and how well you guys have been doing on the show is really what is pushing our numbers so high. So I really appreciate all and every single one of you. Thank you to all of our team in the back, the outreach team, everyone on Shogun supporting us. You guys are what
Dog, all of them. They're super huge back there.
They're doing fantastic. Being a part of an innovation is very tough because most of the time you know what to do, you go in, you do it, but when you have to create it and continue to adapt it as time goes on, that's a really tough thing to do. And definitely to do that and communicate it with others is we're working at a really high level. So I appreciate everyone inside of our team. We're doing fantastic. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be able to grow inside of crypto with all of you. So thank you all.
Awesome, bud. Baby Dang, thank you so much for being here today. Did you have anything last you would like to say? And we do appreciate you being here and contributing to the conversation and having our back here as well.
Absolutely. It was my pleasure. Thanks for having us up. And an amazing show. I love what you got building here. And I can't wait to see more of what you're accomplishing and the tools that you're going to be able to provide to people. I'm definitely going to look into it more myself. Obviously this is our first time having us up here, but wanted to say one thing too about the comment from all the communities. I mean, amazing work you guys are doing, and I've seen you guys around in the crypto space, and keep it up, man. The bull run has not really came to fruition yet. We're going to see a lot of green. What they say is 80% of the gains comes from the last 20% of the bull run. So lots of fun coming our way, everybody. And I loved your comment, the retirement coin, about the Buckminster Fuller. I don't know, many people know who that is, but I believe we're speaking about the same person, the guy who created the Fullerines and the Buckyballs, for instance. That is, you may want to look into, an amazing antioxidant and more. So it's been a pleasure, and I cannot wait for the next one.
I appreciate you, bud. I can't wait to have you back as a panelist. We'll have some great stuff along your lines as well. Mr. Ryan, thank you so much today for Soul Bay, and I cannot wait for us to get a panel that we can have Soul Bay in there and talk into the process and see what she can contribute to that level, as well as just all around dealing with your community. It's going to be a blast.
I love it. I am so stoked, so excited. It was a phenomenal show. I love how y'all are bringing different communities together. It's educational, it's entertaining. We're learning about different tokens and the projects and the utilities they're bringing. That's how we all win together, right? And so just shout out to all the communities and the other panelists. I support any projects where they're working hard and building something to help bring value to crypto, to DeFi, these tools, utilities. I love it all, and look forward to chatting more with everyone. We'll see you in the Soul Bay chat, or come hang out anytime.
Yeah, I make sure that I have a list of everybody that we work with, and I try to make as much time as I can with every single person. One thing that you did say, it takes a lack of ego to share your stream with other coins that are out there. Everybody is so tight in the very beginning when we got into the space of, I'm not going to tell anybody about another coin. Are you kidding me? I'll lose my they'll sell mine to go sell somebody else, buy somebody else's. You hope so. you hope that you have that kind of chart value, but
That's
I
last
appreciate.
cycle.
Yeah, that's so last
This
cycle.
cycle we support each
Yeah,
other.
it is. We all
Yeah,
win
love that.
together. I believe that.
Yeah,
We're stronger together. We really are.
absolutely. Like I've heard a few times, the tide raises all ships and that mentality. So we're all contributing to that tide, that ebb and flow. Johnny from retirement, man, it's great to have a voice. So far I've heard from 3 people on the show now from retirement. There's so many more people in there. Anybody who likes to talk about the coin, please don't ever hesitate to send somebody over. You're always welcome here. I've appreciated the viewpoint, your excitement, your value that you've provided here to the show today. Thank you very much for being here and being a part of it.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. And I can tell I'm, just among a lot of amazing people making things happen, doing the work and holding a strong vision for the future. So grateful again. And thank you for putting this all on. And thanks for all your hard work and persistence. Persistence is the way we'll get there step by step. It's exciting.
I appreciate the edification there and the accolades. This whole network has just been awesome. As an end note to the show today and where we're going with our network, because I'm stalling to see if we can get to 1,500. I have to let people know that this industry, this business is not easy. And what I find is sometimes the next best thing is always right around the corner. Everybody's always trying to fight the next best thing. But sometimes, like Mr. Quinton said earlier, is sometimes failing a little and seeing what works and doesn't work. You can't attach ego to it. Sometimes throwing good money after bad money might be the way to go in some industries. But in this is having the availability to know when it's okay to change a little, right? But be prepared for backlash and those things that are out there. As we talked about things like with AI and all that information that's out there, it's okay sometimes to let a tool do its job. It's okay not to feel hurt if something does better than what you can do. I spent 15 years blind. I was 95% blind in my eyes from traumatic cataracts and a brain aneurysm. And I painted. I felt that I was painting so well. And I did paint well. But it wasn't until I got in and received my vision back a couple of years ago for some doctors that use some very technical tools that they were afraid to use. If he didn't have the lack of ego to know that you got to use some stuff, some real science to make this happen, I wouldn't be seeing today, and I'm always appreciative of new technologies and new things. And sometimes you just got to wait a little. You got to wait it out and the thing will come to you. In our world with, the Shogun X and all these things that we're building, there's going to be mistakes. There's going to be things. There's going to be hardships. But don't be afraid to challenge yourself. And don't be afraid to release something not particularly perfect. It's okay. The world will tell you, of course. But then don't have ego to take offense to it. All right. I personally think that this was an absolutely wonderful show with all of you wonderful people in here. I want to thank everybody in the comment areas as we go into the final laps of our little what we're about to release and what's about to come. We're going to have some very special shows that are coming up here that we're going to house for those that haven't hit the listing stuff for CMC or CoinGecko, some light parties and other things that are out there. And I can't wait on how we can use this vehicle as we have. Please reach out to me if you're watching this. There's right now, God, they're so close. There's 1,497 people. I just want to see 1,500. Somebody give me a topic to talk about. There's something just to kind of rant. It's just for 2 more minutes. I don't know. It's so damn close. 1,499 right there. And then I'm going to screenshot it. Come on, you little bastards. One more person. Go get the neighbor. Go get the gardener. Go get one more person to show up. If it drops down to 1498, I swear to God, I'm going to punch something at this point.
You better share it, Max. Share that counter. Share that counter up.
Yeah, right there. Hang on 1 second. And here and Brink and Exhibit. There it is, right there. Oh God, it's just 1,500. Just 1,500. Beautiful, love it.
Oh yeah,
that is about 1,500. You should all be thinking that's amazing. There it is, right there. 1,500 live viewers, right there. 400 for Retirement Coin. Hit the big 4-0. Nice job, buddy. Soul Bay 262, Shogun Crypto 737. Absolutely wonderful out there. No Hat hit 70. Trader Max hit 0. Amy left the channel. Too funny. I love it. You guys rock. I've hit what great highs it is today. Thank you so much to everybody and all the panel. You absolutely fucking rock. We will have in our VC over at Shogun a little backstage party, and there'll be a little bit of backstage happening here as we close out. I want to thank everybody for being here today. And as we close out the show, it might be a little loud in the headphones, and I do apologize as we release the process for the show. Thank you very much. We'll see you all next time. And as always, live well.